come on!
That's the one, dude.
All right.
Sorry. Caleb seems so sick of it right now.
You manipulated and wormed your way into this company.
That's actually true.
He goes,
like, Dad, what?
I hate.
This does not read as somebody who does not like Caleb Hammer. In this one, he said that he was like embarrassed by Caleb Hammer. He seems so comfortable here.
And Caleb estimated my yearly income this afternoon to be conservatively 75.
This is why he never complained about the money ever.
Bring in $200,000 a year. I'm all about it.
Can I work 14-hour days every day?
This is so funny. He like insinuated that Caleb was kind of an asshole because he had to work so much. And yet he made the decision to work as much as he worked.
You don't have a car payment.
I drive my daddy's car.
So his dad doesn't hate him at all. He gives him a free car worth like $16,000.
Can I say another reason why I wanted to work here really badly? You destroyed this man on his Hinge profile.
This guy is such a weasel. He was like, I hated how toxic the show was. And now he's glazing Caleb super hard for how toxic the show is. All right, guys, let's get this party started. I love this level of petty, by the way. So we were watching that Noah video. I'll try to remember to link it in the description for the actual, for the video. We're in the live stream right now. Isn't that crazy? This video is called "You Won't Be Surprised I Fired Him." Caleb changed the title to this after Noah came out with his ridiculous. I don't even want to call it a hit piece because it was just so embarrassing for Noah. He's 27. He's 28 now, so he made the video at 28. I want to see this. They're basically doing a financial audit on him. They asked him if he wanted to do an audit because someone was in town, somebody that Caleb liked, I guess, or whatever. It was like for him, whatever. One of the other finance guys. And this is the second one around. I think there's two. This is the second one around where Noah tells us that he stonewalls a little bit in here. It's just a whole mess. But I want to see the way that he acts in the show.
In Texas.
All right, let's do it, baby.
My name's Noah.
Hi, Noah.
27. I'm based out of
Just so you guys know, this is Noah from the fabled Noah TV.
Austin, Texas, and I'm I'm on financial audit.
Ooh, got him.
This is financial audit. It was going to be a bit. I was going to do a bit. I'm going to try it again. Here we go. No bit this time.
Not. You absolute.
Should we that?
We are keeping it.
Oh.
No, come on.
That's the one, dude.
All right.
Sorry.
Caleb seems so sick of it right now. What the hell?
Wow.
You absolute.
We might have to turn on the mic.
I know. You absolute. You
Did he call him a slur? No.
manipulated and wormed your way into this company. You naughty little boy.
That's true. That's actually true. Noah told us in his weird video that he lied to Caleb Hammer about how much he liked him a lot. And then it was just so strange. But he made it seem like he was fawning over Caleb Hammer after he was like, I didn't really know about him. It was very strange.
With your YouTube video, posting in Reddit, and making me add you to the short list of applicants.
Oh, is this the first one or second one? I think this is the second one.
I know it sounds like you're mad, but I'm very proud that worked and frankly astonished in many ways.
What happened? Not mad at all. This dude, we put out an application call and like 1,000 for a producer, junior producer. So many people applied, and I whittled it down to my top like 50. You weren't included on that. I just don't know why your application just didn't stand out. But then he posted a YouTube video of why Caleb Hammer ghosted me. I was like, what is this? Watched it. And I was like,
damn, he infiltrated Caleb Hammer's thing because he played a little bit of the drama in there. Incredible.
Like, this is actually a good style. It shows that he's a creator. He knows what he's doing. I gave him a call. I was like, I saw your video. You're on the list. Calm down. Hung up. And then through our senior producer, whittling it down to her like top 5 or 6, you continued up and up the list. Up and up the list. And then we had the final round of interviews with all of us. And then, there's a couple left. You nailed your final interview. The other person bed.
How funny is that? Like he's kind of like a go-getter. He got himself in by being a bit of a go-getter.
And then
he just botched the entire thing.
You got the job. And you've been pretty good within your first week. It's only been a week.
Wow.
I'll take pretty good.
What did you do?
That's true. He groomed Caleb Hammer, in your opinion.
Ooh, how did you stand out so much?
I watched Caleb since the beginning. Since taquitos. Wow. I watched Caleb.
I wonder what's true. I wonder if this guy watched Caleb from the beginning, or because in his video, he's like, I didn't really watch Caleb. I just saw a couple of clips. I told him that he was amazing. He was a great guy, blah, 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 but I didn't mean it. So now I'm wondering if he actually was a big fan of Caleb, but he lied about being a big fan of Caleb because then people would hate him for having been a big fan of Caleb because a lot of the things that he said were like, oh, I was uncomfortable what was going on with the show, blah, 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 blah. So now I'm questioning whether this guy actually liked Caleb before or not. I think he might have.
No, everybody, I think. When did you watch Caleb from?
Oh gosh, when did I reach out? I think like 30K, 40K.
I don't know. It was warm
subscribers?
outside. I remember being excited.
Yeah.
But anyway, I jumped on the train when probably a lot of people jumped on the train. I saw the post and then I created a YouTube video. But like at this point, I've created a couple YouTube videos. And so like, I know everybody's first videos are like, you know, very tame and calm. And they're like, hey, like, you know, hey, you know, I saw that you're doing this and like, I'd really like it. And I was like, no, let's not do that. Let's do something a little bit with some more like, some like balls on it, you know? So I was like, okay, what does Caleb go after? Caleb goes after beef, right? Caleb kind of likes to
Drama.
a little bit of drama.
Stirring the pot. a little bit,
Exactly.
yeah.
And he has that high
That's true.
voice, but he goes, like, Dad, what? Like,
I hate
This does not read as somebody who does not like Caleb Hammer. But
online drama.
yeah, sure.
But I like the drama around numbers. I'm excited.
Caleb loves online drama. Okay. He just doesn't like it when it's around him. By the way, same. You know what I mean? But true. Listen, I know this isn't relevant to the video. I just need to be absolutely clear. I'm playing this game for like an hour. I think that half of it is cutscenes. I don't know why people keep saying this game is peak. It actually is kind of boring. It's a little bit of annoying. I want to play the fucking game. I'm not trying to watch a movie. Okay? What the hell is going on here? It's fun when the gameplay is on, but what the fuck?
Yeah, okay.
But nobody wants, like, I just thought it was like very like tepid and lame as hell to be like, hey, Mr. Maybe your hammer guy. And so I was like, all right, that. Like, hey, dude, I reached out to you, heard nothing back.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Oh, this must be the first one. I don't know. It doesn't
I
matter.
work for Caleb Hammer, YouTube extraordinaire.
What's your job?
Somebody find out if this is the first one or second one.
My job is junior producer.
Oh, how much do you make a year?
I make $50,000 base. Get him, Graham. Get him. Come on.
That's 50 grand. That's what you're starting off at.
Oh, okay, so this is the first one where he just started. In this one, he said that he was like embarrassed by Caleb Hammer. He seems so comfortable here. What the hell? What? So this is the first one. I thought this was the second one, and he seems like super comfortable here.
And
Good.
that's base, and then I get a part of the.
Here's the thing. People do that job for free. I mean, you're competing with people who would just... I'm just saying...
I want him to pay his bills.
You're
And
gonna...
I've got
He started at 50,000. I mean, I feel like that's pretty good, especially if it's a very competitive instance.
need to
The
pay,
reality,
Graham.
the reality is that there are people out there who have ways to pay their bills, who have no expenses, who will work for free and will bust their for free.
But he won the interviews.
I understand that, but I'm just saying.
Plus, what? You get more
Listen,
than that.
Like here's
No,
the-
I do, and
here's the thing: a $50,000 job is, I think, fantastic. You could also make a lot more, and I have a feeling on a good trajectory, you'll probably make double that at some point. But there's also you're competing with people who would do it for free.
He'll make double that this year, probably.
it's fine.
He's a weekend, not even a full weekend. His first day was Monday,
Wow. Weekend. It sounds like a pretty good starting job offer, no?
and he already got his first bonus of like 1,500.
Which was awesome. It was
Wow. The hell?
really cool, and thank you very much,
What
sir.
does a podcast producer do?
Also, wait, can we clarify the income because it's $50,000 base, and I do want to like clarify that there is like if you want to explain how that works, but basically there's a fund that the sponsor fund. I also get a cut of that, and Caleb estimated my yearly income this afternoon to be. He's like, we're aiming for 100, but it probably conservatively 75 would be probably something doing.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. So he gets a baseline amount of pay plus a bonus for how well things do. This seems pretty good, no?
So just wanted to
yeah,
clarify
if
that.
no fund like $50,000. If fund good, which I think fund good $100,000. If it's mid 75. So pretty chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feel living off of that? How we doing?
I feel like okay. Can I hedge now about the episode? How do I feel living off of that? That's the question. I will.
That sounds like a good amount of money. Like plus an incentive bonus. I mean, there's nothing. I don't know. This is why he never complained about the money ever. I was putting in so much work. Blah 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 blah. But he never complained about how much money he got paid.
Answer that question. I feel scared because this is my situation, and I know in these documents are many dumb decisions, and like there's 30 days of kind of like dumb decisions that like I'm kind of like ashamed and embarrassed about, and I didn't think that my dirty laundry was going to be aired on. I thought I was going to be the one to look at the laundry that I had created.
He agreed to it.
I did. I absolutely agreed to it because I thought that.
I felt so pressured. It was hard to say no. I'm pretty sure he insinuated that.
Hey, Phil living off of $50,000 a year in Austin, Texas.
I mean, what's the median salary of Austin, Texas here?
It's more expensive here than I anticipated.
Really?
And
You can look online.
I know, and I didn't because I didn't want to face the music, which is part of my problem.
What were you doing before?
I'm sorry. Did he just say that he could have worked online and he chose to move there?
I want to face the music here than I anticipated.
Really?
And
You can look online.
I know, and I didn't because I didn't want to face the music, which is part of.
What does that mean? Sorry, he could have stayed wherever he was. I'm sorry. Am I hearing this correctly? Caleb Hammer offered him a $50,000 base pay job plus bonuses that could have given him a $75,000 to $100,000 in his first year of pay, and he could have worked online, but he still moved. Wasn't a big amount of his whole thing. Wasn't like a huge part of his issue. Like he really played up that he like picked up everything up and like left and all this other nonsense. What the fuck?
Of my problem.
What were you doing before?
Before I was working for a business that I don't want to talk too much about because I'm not sure what I signed, so I don't want to talk too much about them. But I was let go at my 90-day review. They basically...
For those of you considering starting a
Yeah, it's a little abrupt there, Caleb.
business, you'll find this next sponsor extremely useful. Today's episode is sponsored by NetSuite, brought to you by Oracle. Picture this. Your business was once thriving, but now it's struggling to keep up. Your teams are drowning in manual tasks, managing your books is chaotic, and finding a single reliable source of truth feels like next to impossible. If this speaks to you, there are 3 numbers you need to know: 37,000, 25, and 1. 37,000 is the number of businesses that have elevated their operations with NetSuite by Oracle. They are the premier cloud
You guys know the deal. We watch the watch the ads.
financial system that blends accounting, financial management, inventory, HR, and more. 25 marks the years of NetSuite's journey, a quarter century dedicated to helping businesses streamline their operations, close their books swiftly, and optimize costs. And of course, 1, because your business is unique. NetSuite understands this, offering a tailor-made solution that integrates all your key performance indicators into one effective, efficient, unified system. This means that managing risk, obtaining reliable forecasts, and improving margins becomes streamlined. Everything your business needs to flourish is now in one place. NetSuite by Oracle stands out at the top of cloud financial systems in the market. It is a comprehensive, cloud-based suite designed to empower businesses like yours and fine-tune their operations, manage finances effectively, and enhance overall efficiency. Imagine having real-time insights into your financial data, automating tedious tasks, and seamlessly scaling your business as it grows. That dream is now a reality. Right now, download NetSuite's popular KPI checklist designed to give you constantly excellent performance, absolutely free at netsuite.com/hammer. That's netsuite.com/hammer to get your own KPI checklist. Now back to the episode.
All right, cool.
Circumstances around that. You're looking at a snapshot of my life that is probably like one of the more difficult periods of my life. And so...
You know, that was when his dad didn't love him because he was... said that he was ashamed of him. Oh my lord. Wow, so he doesn't have income tax. I also feel like he only moved away because his dad hated him. He was probably still living with his parents.
It was very... At first I told Caleb that I didn't want to do
Oh, maybe that... Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like he moved because he didn't want to have to pay taxes. Oh, okay. Maybe. And also get away from his dad who doesn't love him or something.
this because I was very nervous to do this. Yeah, this.
And then I said,
audit.
okay, and then he said yes.
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? Well, because I think, okay, a couple things on that. I chose to do this one because part of what I'm going to be doing is casting, right? And so I think it's very hypocritical of me to, call somebody on the phone and say, hey, come on to this show. if I'm not willing to participate in the wonderful experience that is Caleb eviscerating me in front of a million people.
I just want your money to be good. What is,
No, me
what
too.
Is, what is with this?
So
come
that's
on,
the
what
first
do you
thing.
guys think?
I told
I'm
you
like
I wanted to
something-
hedge. Oh, sorry. Wait, what?
Yeah.
No,
I'm sorry.
Go on.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm very nervous. I slept about 2 hours last night because this is
of
terrible.
this?
Yes. Yes.
Damn. I mean, I'd be a little nervous too. I mean, this is his first time really, like, he just started the job. He just started this job and now he's already like on Caleb Hammer. I would understand that, you know?
Now, I'm
Oh,
curious,
wow.
did you take a pay cut to do this? Were you making
Like,
more at the previous
fired.
job?
Well, I got let
I
go.
know. Where was it? You know?
Kind of. I mean, well,
Yeah.
it was
I mean, probably. It's all good, man. He's trying to forward his career, which he could have been, you know?
kind of
Well, how much were you
cloudy.
making?
I was making there was like a bonus involved, but it was like 80 to 90 at that job.
So you're going to probably make
yeah.
the same here.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably,
Exactly.
realistically.
But I didn't
Well, it's so funny because, again, he could have just left of his own volition with Caleb and like, listen, I don't think it's working out anymore. Let's just walk away. And then he probably could have moved on to go work for somebody else on YouTube, but instead he just destroyed any opportunity of doing that. Like, he literally could have walked away clean and then made his own channel. It would have failed because he's not entertaining. And then he still would have been able to like come back and do something, you know?
I wasn't really sure when I originally got the call. I would have never mind. I don't say that. You don't say that to an employer.
He just admitted his job was more casting. Yeah, I thought we knew that. Was there like a moment where he said he didn't in the original video?
It seemed like the more thematically interesting decision to make to say yes to the opportunity.
It's thematically interesting. It's so strange to me. Thematically interesting choice to make. What does that even mean? He's definitely he definitely does theater, you know? Like everything is so like loaded to him. Oh, it would have been such a cool decision to make, blah, blah, blah. He always talks like this. Like even when he was describing his life, you know, even when he was describing things in the first place, he was so dramatic about everything.
To have you two rip me apart because I look up to both of you. Like I didn't grow up with cable television.
Yeah.
I have been living on the internet since I was a child, and I've wanted to.
Was the internet around for that long? Shit, I'm old as fuck. I remember like Dragon Ball Z games, you know, like just silly little Dragon Ball Z games that were like turn-based on like cartoonnetwork.com or whatever. That shit was fucking crazy.
Do YouTube my entire life, and I have tried to do that and failed to do that many times.
But you're doing it right now.
which is f***ing sick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Also, please don't let me swear because my mom will watch this whole thing
We
and then
we believe everything. It's okay. Hey, he didn't hire me and I hired you, so I'm better.
Hey,
You know
stack this
what?
guy.
That's true.
How do I kill this guy? What the fuck?
You're
Yeah.
still holding that as a bit of a grudge.
Yeah,
huh?
you're a little bit of a
Throw that in there.
yeah.
Where would we be had we hired you?
Oh, is this the guy that he wanted to work for and it didn't work out, so he made his own channel?
10 times the subscribers you're at
Ooh.
now.
Could be.
Can I also say that I watched your guys' interview and I knew that and I was like, cool, how could I know Caleb's bitter that he didn't get hired by Graham. How can I frame
So you
this situation?
spammed the subreddit instead.
Smart.
Now I don't even get on there, so you're lucky now.
Which he
I
made
wouldn't
me a
have seen
mod,
it
so-
anymore. Okay. All right. So we did. Fun fact, this is exciting. This might come out before it's officially launched, but we have a thing to get your Hammer financial score.
Damn, they're really loading the fuck out of this episode with ads. I guess they knew it would be popular.
Like really a detailed quiz you can go through, and every single employee went through it and got their official Hammer financial score. You were the lowest by a good amount.
By 3.
I'm a 7 out of 10 Hammer financial score.
I want to try it. I want to see what I'm at.
Yeah, we should do
Okay.
it. We'll stick to the
Yeah.
end. We'll see Graham's Hammer financial
I'll
score.
do it at the end.
Then another was 6, and then we had a couple 4s, and I think a 3, if I'm not mistaken. Then we came in with a 1, which is like most people on this show. So, like, what is your issue? What's going on, man?
Again, I want to preface everything with I am deeply ashamed of this situation. There's many
This isn't a
bad
shame place.
That's why I would never. That's why I would never go. This is a shame place to create. Yeah, that's a fun part about the show. That's why I would never go on to this show, dude. It's too ashamed.
This isn't a shame place. You're good.
And I take responsibility for it too, which I think it should be said, right? I've made every single one of these decisions and I regret some of them.
What does losing honor
And
mean?
I want to enact your advice to a T and correct it. What was your question again? I'm sorry. I'm very nervous. 2 hours.
What kind of financial situation are you in?
I'm deeply in the hole. I think my net worth right now is like negative 20K. Most of my credit card debt.
How do you even calculate your net worth?
debt is at 0%. It's like $12,000 is on, or 13 grand ish is on a 0% credit card that I have 8 months left at 0% on. So I need to make some big payments each month to get that gone before I get hit by Discover. I'm going to discover a lot of interest.
Wait, this is actually insane to me, because this guy was talking about how he made like $80,000 at his former job plus bonuses, but he's in so much debt. And so like it's a little strange to me, because it just shows that he's had a money problem for such a long time. And I know it also sounds weird, but to me it insinuates that like maybe he thinks that this show is actually like a good way for people to like get their finances in order. If he really believes in this show, he must watch this in a way that's like, I don't know, where he thinks it's productive. Or maybe he just likes watching people who he feels like are worse off than him. Because it's kind of crazy that he makes a decent amount of money and yet he's so in the hole, no?
Interest.
My understanding, a lot of that zero interest, it doesn't start having interest. It's only if you pay it off in full by that ending, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, they back charge you for all. Okay, so that could be.
So it's kind of like a fun mini game.
So we gotta make
what happens
big
first?
progress.
Interest, or you pay it off?
We got to make big progress on that, though.
Yes, we do.
Okay, let's start with Bank of America.
Okay.
Bank of America. Let's
That's
see here.
the country that we live in. And I banked there.
Cool.
We are sitting at $1,443.43. I didn't take as much of a look at your documents as I do before most people's, because I wanted it to be a lovely little surprise.
I love it.
What's the surprise that's pissing me off, and what's stupid is your balance ended higher than it started. This is not an exciting thing.
Yes.
You shouldn't be excited. I mean, excited to be on the show, but don't root on like, okay, your just went up, so I'm a little upset. Come on. This is a real show. We're not just around and faking it. $1,443 is what it's at. But it started at $1,303. You made a minimum monthly payment, lovely, but $133 of purchase is why the possible. If we cannot pay off a card, more than a minimum monthly
You can't pay off a car with like $80,000 plus a year. That's crazy.
payment, and it's accruing $32 of interest on a monthly basis, why are you purchasing on it, my dude?
It's Dave's Diner.
I want to know if it's just going to be food, or like what other shit does this guy like so much? You know what I mean? Like I feel like this guy definitely invested something incredibly unnecessary. Like he has he plays Dungeons and Dragons or something, which by the way, I'm not saying is cringe. Sorry, let me get that out of my vocabulary. I'm just saying he does something very unproductive with his money. I'm telling you. And he spends it all on like Funko Pops and Disney or something.
Dave Ramsey's Diner. No, Dave's Diner is a local place from where I'm from. That my picture's on the wall.
Well,
there.
congratulations. They
Thank
locally
you.
you into interest.
Shout out to Don and Sherry. They serve me pancakes every Thursday since I was a kid.
And they you into interest.
And then they did.
And also Dunkin' Donuts.
I mean, yeah.
I do go to Dunkin' fairly frequently. Honestly, I'm a pretty big Dunkin' guy. I go every time before I go to the gym. I'll usually go to I'll get 3 turkey wake up wraps and a large raspberry iced tea with Splenda. Kind of gets me ready for the gym, you know. Probably it's like $13.01. It's a lot of money. I probably should stop fucking around, huh?
Run on Dunkin'? Because I
No.
No. Yes. No, I've made some bad spending decisions. My mother was
Cool.
getting.
Why?
Because I think my career, I've not been satisfied with my career. And I don't know. I haven't been satisfied with my career because I've wanted to do.
Gotcha. He's upset, so he spends money. I mean, yeah, I get that, but
wanted to be a part of something like this for a very long time, and this is a difficult thing to get into. I know that you guys are into it, and I don't know if you remember what it's like when nobody gives a shit about anything that you make, and you really have to struggle and
Go to Dunkin' Donuts, Caleb.
What?
they asked. It's so funny listening to this because they're like, "Hey, why did you go to Dunkin' Donuts so much?" And he's like, "I've been struggling so hard. I want to do what you guys do as a content creator. I really like you guys a lot, and so I'm in debt because of that." And it's like this guy was making $80,000 as his old job. He literally is just such a fucking baby. Holy shit!
You got to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts is great.
Is that what satisfies your career? Is getting some Dunkin' Donuts?
No.
He has an addiction. He has an addiction to the pumpkin spice latte. Just so scrumptious. Let's just fight these
what is
guys. Come on,
specifically is the
pussies.
question? Why am I spending when I don't have any money?
Easy with
Because
cabbage.
I can't. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Because have you ever heard of the ostrich method, where you kind of stick your head in the sand?
Yeah,
Oh,
pretend it
okay,
doesn't
yeah.
exist.
Yeah.
And it doesn't exist. You can't see it.
Right.
It's,
It can't hurt me if I
Yeah.
can't see it, Caleb.
Were you also just getting kind of used to it? We were talking about that on their podcast, where you're just like in the debt. Oh, I'm already in debt, so why not just continue down this path?
Okay, here's my genuine. This is bad. By the way, again ashamed
said
of
that-
all
okay,
of this.
okay.
I'm ashamed of everything.
Move beyond.
Fantastic. But I didn't have an emergency fund or any savings because 2 years ago I attempted to start a business.
I don't know why I thought he was going to say he attempted something else. You know? Yeah, he just something crazy.
I started a business. The business didn't do very well.
I should definitely hire this guy. True. That's such a good point.
because I am young and sometimes.
what was the business?
It was a marketing business for. Again, this is good. When I say this, normally people kind of raise their eyebrows and
Yeah,
go, "Oh, okay."
a marketing
weird."
business.
It was a marketing business for senior living communities. I actually. It was I was previously working for a senior living community and then left that job basically with about $15,000 in savings that I like Dave Ramsey'd away, right? I like
Dave Ramsey'd away? Would he just like waste it?
saved for like 2 years or a little bit close to 2 years to basically save that money. I was going to use that to basically knock out my student loans, which probably would have put me in a much better situation in my life.
Probably. I mean, I feel that. I have student loans too that I should fucking finish paying for. Quite a few too. It's quite a few.
Than where I'm at right now. But instead, I was like, well, you know what? I'm 25. I really am not the biggest fan of my job. I really don't think I don't know. I didn't. A friend of mine visited who was an entrepreneur, and he knew me in college where I was doing a lot of entrepreneurial projects, and he.
I feel like this guy was just living with his parents and he was collecting all the money and they weren't really making him pay any rent, so he just decided to not give a fuck. That just sounds more likely.
Was like, you know, I'm shocked that like you have this 9 to 5 and that like, you know, all of your aspiration to like do something bigger with your life, you know, seems to have like evaporated. And that
That's just normal for like everybody, no?
really kind of hit me. It was like, okay, cool. Well, and then I was like, I want to start a business. And so I started a business that, was a little misguided.
How do you spend that much money on the business?
Yeah, it was mostly like just like living my life as well as like running the business, you know.
Okay, so it wasn't the business itself. It was
So he's just spending money recklessly. What addiction does this guy have? He's got to have some kind of like ridiculous like financial spending addiction or something, no? There's got to be something going on here that we're not getting to yet. He just likes to spend money like a fucking kid.
you focusing on the business that was not making money while you were paying your expenses while not making anything. And then you could only do that for so long.
I didn't make money for about 5 months. When the business was
that
running, I
normal
made
for a
around
business?
30 grand, which I know is like not great.
it could be decent.
How
You're
many
running
months?
a
5?
5 months. I didn't make any money for 5 months.
Oh.
I quit my job and didn't make any money for 5 months, which was like,
but you made 30.
How is this guy able to quit his job and not make money for 5 months? This is insane, dude. I guarantee you this guy's living at home with his mom. This is what the problem is that like, first of all, his dad probably doesn't hate him, but he probably lives at home for the most part. He probably lived at home for like the most part. And was burdened his parents the entire time. That's why his dad was kind of disappointed in him. Jesus Christ.
but I
Could you imagine just like quitting your job and deciding that you're going to do something brand new?
made
And
30
with
grand.
how long?
Over the course of how long? Yeah.
Like a year and some change.
So there's potential.
But you know,
yeah.
first year,
Right.
that's
fine.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt about it. And then I got to and basically that came from one client. By the way, I think this business is financially sound. I think that it's a good idea. I think, you know,
Yeah. What
hey,
did you do? I'm curious.
Yeah, I was doing digital marketing services for senior living communities. I actually watched your podcast with Alex Hormozy, and it inspired me to like, I don't know, I read $100 million offers, and I'm like, cool, like there's something alluring about that man because he's just yacked out of his mind, and he's sitting in that little chair, and you're talking to him, and like, and he's just so, he has this way of speaking where you just like trust him, and you're just like, oh yeah, okay, sick. Like this isn't that hard. Maybe I should just stop feeling my feelings and just stop being a little.
Trying to sell these.
I told you. He resonated with the message. This is the thing. He resonates with the general message that like Caleb Hammer and like this other guy promote, and that is kind of a no-nonsense attitude. He's like, yeah, I was spending like shit and I had no excuse. My mom babying me wasn't changing my shitty behavior. So I think I like resonated with your message. And I decided to work for Caleb Hammer. And I liked the show a lot. Yeah, I knew some of it was performative, but overall I liked the mentality of like a kind of like that more abrasive learning method that does work for some people. And like it resonated with him.
Different places to the olds.
So yeah, I was trying to help
Come die
senior
here.
living.
Best place to die in.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the senior living industry is actually really interesting. There's a lot of money coming into it, new money, right? So a lot of new communities are being built. And therefore, there's a lot of old communities that are actually in many ways better than some of the new communities because they have this staff.
This is their first conversation, and he played it up like it was the most horrifically traumatizing thing in his entire life. And it's just such a comfortable conversation that he's having where he's just kind of nervous. This is ridiculous.
Staff that are already trained up.
If this guy just kept his shit together, maybe he wouldn't be such a fucking baby. Maybe he'd have a job somewhere else.
And then they have like, but their level of amenities really suck, right? So they can't compete with these new places, but yet the care is better. So I saw an opportunity to help them improve their marketing. Stop hitting the table, please. No problem.
I think honestly that's a big industry.
It is.
I think there's a lot of potential in that.
Thank you. Honestly, that's like saying you're like Michael Jordan to me, and that's like Michael Jordan saying, "I don't know anything about sports." By the way, so maybe bad metaphor, but that's like saying, hey, cool.
Really, you have a dad though.
You're a good golfer. I don't know. I don't know anything.
He said he only watched a few shorts. Well, he said that, but now I think he was a big fan of it. I think he was lying in that video. I also think. He also played this up like it was horrifically traumatizing, but this just seems to be a pretty normal, fun, nice little interaction. So that's like another aspect of this that's strange.
Think about senior. It sounds like a good business, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The problem is that most of the senior living industry, there's a couple of really big competitors. That was an issue, and then there's
he did a senior living thing. What the hell?
Most of the senior living industry is owned by big corporations. And there was probably, of the market that I could actually hit, my TAM was probably it was much smaller than what I actually thought it was.
Okay, we're 20 minutes in and we have only discussed half a document.
Love it. Hit me, Caleb.
You've lost $1,511 in interest last year from that card.
And I'm not stoked about it.
When did you get laid off? What month?
I believe October.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Okay, so I just want to... How do I like the game? Actually, it's like really fun so far. Now that the intro's over. Okay, I want to see if I have this right. He got fired from another job because he basically lost him a ton of money. He admitted that in his newer thing, which he doesn't tell Caleb, and they never discussed it here. That's my understanding. Did that mean he was... Does that mean his last... my understanding, though, is that he said he left his other job for this. So does that mean he left another job? He got fired, and then he got a new job that made decent money? Is that what we're saying here? I'm a little confused about like what's going on with specifically that. I think what he said, he lost another job. I know it's because he basically lost the company a lot of money, and now he moved on to a different job, and then he quit that job to do that. Like this, he's all over the place. He just seems to have so much money, or basically privileged to just quit jobs and get fired from jobs and live at home and start new businesses and lose like thousands of dollars. And it's just, this is like your upper middle class fucking like whingy crybaby who has so many options that they don't know what to choose.
And we continued spending money on a card that we couldn't pay off, even though we were bringing in $0.
Yeah, not a good
What'd
decision.
you do? What'd you do in between then?
I was working on my portfolio, trying to summarize. I'm sorry. Yes, I then got a job working. I was like, cool. When I ended my business, I'm sorry.
No. When you were laid off, what did you do until now? For money.
For money, I spent on a Discover card and racked up lots of...
So you did not make money?
I didn't make
Were you
money.
looking for work at that time? Or no?
I was very not stoked because basically when I took the job that I took that I don't want to talk too much about, I basically was like, okay, cool. I'm going to sell out. Like I'm going to I've tried to do what I want to do with my life, and now I'm going to get a safe job that and it's going to kind of be a little soul crushing, but you know what? It's okay because I got to put in some dues and I've kind of myself. So I'm going to do this.
The fuck is this?
What?
Talking about yourself, buddy.
So anyway,
Discover card.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
No.
Why does he have so many cards?
Oh,
I don't know. I have one credit card, and my wife and I are both on it. Like I had it since I was 20, And then now I'm older, and I just added my wife to it, and I don't see a need for other ones. We've talked about getting other credit cards. Like we talked about getting like a Disney card because we like Disney a lot. But then it's like whatever rewards that you get, is it worth opening up a new line of credit? You know, is it even really worth it? It just doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, luckily you're in that 0% period, but you started with 7,389.
Yeah,
you must have transferred over 4,961. And yeah, you did a minimum monthly payment, and we've brought this up to $12,166.
Oh my god! Holy shit! I wonder how many people work for Caleb that just could never adhere to his principles of not blowing through their money. This guy's insane.
What are you?
Was that transfer so you could get 0% interest on that?
Yes,
so you transferred from another credit card?
I did.
What credit card?
I want to know what the fuck he was buying. It's not just Dunkin' Donuts. This guy's also buying something else.
Bank of America credit card, which I think is at 24. Which I know I still owe 15 grand on.
So the Bank of
$1,500.
The Bank of America card was higher then.
Yes.
Okay.
It was at like
Has this encouraged you to spend more money on the Bank of America card? Because you were spending money on there.
I know. Can I
probably
explain that? The Discover card, I was using the Discover card as like an emergency fund, which was an idea. Don't do that. But it was 0%.
That's not an emergency fund. Yeah.
I know it's not an emergency fund. It was a bad idea. I regret it. But this card was hacked or stolen. Or
okay, sure. I agree with that. I'm going to read this one. Somebody said, Claire said, he doesn't seem traumatized, more excited at this opportunity to showcase his online personality and be part of the content creation. In my opinion, I agree with that. And it's so funny because like everything aside, Noah's kind of an interesting character. He's a little goofy. He's a little like, woe is me, whiny. But overall, he has a decent personality and he could do something with himself. But I don't think he could do something with himself alone because he's too iDubbbz energy without quite being that far. You know what I mean? Like he's too woe is me, whiny. He needs somebody to offset him like Caleb. He really should have stuck with the show. He really fucked himself here.
Or something, and it was being used to purchase Shein. It wasn't my fault.
Shein? Does he mean Shein? Oh, he's buying fucking cheap Asian shit. Like same, but still.
Or I mean, I guess it is my fault. I take responsibility. It was my fault.
I was reacting to this. I thought it was a balance transfer mostly. What the fuck is this, buddy? Buddy, Best Buy Pizza Hut.
You know, it's so funny because my like I've been using AliExpress a lot, because there's like a lot of cheap shit on there, and like let's be real, they don't really adhere to like copyright, so you can get like stuff on there that you probably shouldn't be able to get. Like I got these, there's a bunch of shit on there. And I was like, where do I get this behavior from? My fucking mother used to use Oriental Trading. Do you guys remember Oriental Trading? Like, isn't that just fucking crazy? I'm like, damn, we're the same. We just like my mom and I like to buy cheap Asian shit. That's what it is,
Hub, Pizza Pub, Panera, Bar, Wine, Whiskey, Trappers, Best Buy, Indian Palace.
No, the big one, Airbnb, $2,300.
Oh, what the fuck was that, dude?
The fuck? Some dude.
I told you iDubbbz energy. Maybe he bought that. For well, the fighters, guys. Oh shit.
Dude wouldn't let me sleep on his couch.
Or what?
What? Caleb? No, I'm kidding. I had to move here. I know. I was joking. You're right. I didn't ask, but that's a crazy thing to ask a new boss.
Yeah, that would be. It's a little bit of a weird joke, but I'll just write it off as like a joke. It's not a big deal. Okay.
A lot, by the way. Wine and whiskey. You play.
Now my mom uses Amazon, though she doesn't use Oriental Trading.
That was all in one night. So
bad night.
That's like three beers in a night. You drink less than that?
I don't really drink at all personally. Like I drink sometimes. When I do, I get fucked up, boy. But I try not to drink too much. I also, when I drink, I piss a lot. So I try to like drink a little bit better. My wife and I had a Star Wars party like a little while back, and we made a thing called a Jedi mind trick. It was pretty cool. Very expensive. Apparently cost a couple $100 altogether for the few pictures that we got, but I still got some saved in a literal gallon plastic bag. I'm gonna eventually drink.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, it was a restaurant. It looked like
the entire
we were
place?
stopping at a place.
It's a small building.
No, that's a restaurant.
Steam purchase, Dunkin' Donuts. Back to the Dunkin', McDonald's, the Tap Bar, Original Steve's Diner. Dude, this is like twice a day.
Damn, he goes out a lot. I mean, I've been there too, but that's like a lot. Jesus Christ, man. What the fuck?
Best Buy, there's your Airbnb. More Best Buy, Pastabilities. Oh, great. We're going to a pasta restaurant called Pastabilities.
I know you're mad at me.
That's funny. I like that. Possibilities? That's silly. My wife and I would like to go there just because it was a silly name. That's funny.
It's a great name, though.
It is. And you guys have never had chicken riggies, I bet. You know what chicken riggies are?
No, but it sounds like a fucking slur, so I'm in.
You would love them. That's a side note. You would.
Taquitos.
Caleb, would you like to come out with me and be my friend? Can I sleep on your couch, Caleb Pimer? Like I do with my parents.
Yes.
And DDBR.
DDBR. Can I take
Learn how to cook? Now my wife does. I'd grill. My wife will cook for me. That's why I love her so much.
a look?
What the hell is
You
this thing?
prepared these
Restaurant.
today. You'd know.
I did. DDBR.
Hey.
Well, you went there and you spent money. Buddy,
Yeah, sorry. I don't know.
Were you just like, oh, no. During this time, we were barely even in the application process.
Kill this thing?
No.
I was working on my portfolio site, basically writing a case study to explain the like year and a half gap on my resume. Like trying to like explain, hey, yeah, like exactly what I explained to you, which is like, hey, I tried to start this marketing business for senior living communities.
A marketing business for senior living communities? Okay, so he wasn't actually running a senior living community. I don't know why I didn't put that together. This is what he does, marketing. Okay, a marketing business for it?
And I was also like assessing my life up to that
Is that
point.
a year and a half gap in a resume?
God, I was assessing my life.
So that's just, I mean, that's a part of the resume, is it not?
A year and a half? That's crazy work, brother. What the fuck?
It absolutely is a part of the resume, but it's different than like, you know, I worked at, name a big company. I worked at Macy's for, you know, I'm part of their management team for, not Macy's, that was an example. That's a retail store.
Neiman Marcus might be a little
Beautiful. Thank you.
nicer.
Like, that's like, oh, sick, cool. He did that. I felt like I needed to explain to a potential employer, like what the hell I actually was doing. So I was like, I spent like a month writing a case study and trying to put that together. And then also evaluating, tapping the table. Don't do that, Noah. I like to tap things. Not, you know,
I have no. What the fuck? I just got whiplash. What the hell are we talking about? Like, how did we go to tapping the table?
weird way. Don't give me that look. I'm getting looks from your producers, Caleb.
Is that something that he does a lot and they've already talked to him about it? What the hell?
You're the one who said it.
What's that? Oh shit!
You're a wild one.
No.
Damn, they just hired him, and I could already see the chemistry is a little. Actually, I feel like this chemistry could have worked out pretty well. I feel like it could have been kind of decent. Yeah, I think that this chemistry could have worked pretty well. Because it's like, you know, especially if Caleb's like playing it up a little bit, like kind of like, oh, a little bit of the dickhead boss. And then like the obnoxious, like Steve Urkel. It's like Steve Urkel and Carl Winslow. That's the energy I kind of get. You know what I mean? Playing it up a little bit, but they actually like each other kind of a thing. That energy could have worked.
fun that-
Caleb, not Caleb. This fucking Noah guy really fucked himself so hard.
We get to work together, but you're a wild one.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You're yourself. Apologize to yourself for this death that you got in. I'm trying to figure out when this period ends.
The reason why there is
Do you know when the period ends?
period of
How's
what?
this thing?
Interest
Period-
free.
it ends in 8 months from the start of the year, I believe. Is that not because that's good information to
I
have?
don't have it.
Sorry. Okay.
Sword.
Damn. Okay, that's a long time that we gotta grind this year then.
Rise and grind,
What is
baby.
that per month? About $1,800 a month. You get that paid off.
If that's, I kind of wanted to save that for like you guys to help me build a plan to get out of this hole that I'm in.
4,333. The overall balance expires in 2 months.
Is it 2 months?
2 months of that. The other one is 2025. The balance transfer is 2025. The money that you're just swiping and around with, 4,333, that expires in less than 2 months from now, a month and a half.
Yeah,
Damn.
March 2nd. So $4,000 by March 2nd.
If you didn't have this,
Yeah.
oh man, okay.
Yeah, that sucks. I didn't know that.
Well, what's 30% of 4,300? That's how much interest you would be paying. I mean, that's really
What is that? 1390 or 1290?
what it is.
Sure.
4,300.
If I don't hit that
Did I get that number right? If I got it wrong, don't tell me, please.
March 2nd.
30%. All right, so $1,300 extra you
In
would have to
interest.
spend on March 2nd.
1290? I don't know. Shut up.
$1,300 extra. So that's the cost of that. $1,300.
I gotta take care of this.
Is this like
Oh
actual
man,
Quest?
I don't want you walking into this office that day and we do our little morning I'm tired and grumpy and you're loud routine. and you're walking in with an extra.
Reporting. By the way, I'll be quieter. I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
No,
I didn't know
it's
you were
fine.
frustrated with me.
No, I'm
Say
not.
something.
Dude, I feel like we're seeing a little bit of tension already. It does seem like this guy's very high energy in the morning. You know, that's fucking. And then Caleb's a normal person a little bit.
I'm not
I
frustrated.
imagine some of it's like played up a little bit, but the dynamic is kind of silly. You know, it would be more silly if they like if it was toned down at first and like this was a relationship that was built after more than a few days because they just started working with each other. You know.
Trust me, I'm someone who says something if I want. I'm not frustrated. I'm just like in the morning. I'm just like, okay.
I am kind of a morning person. I like coffee.
I need
I'm also
an hour
excited.
at my desk
I like coffee too, but I ain't no fucking morning person. I'll tell you that.
to just. Okay, but besides the point, I don't
I'm a morning jorkster.
want you walking in here on the second, you know, just be like,
You don't want me to come in?
I want you in the office, man.
not if you're coming in with 30% interest hitting.
No, I don't want to either. And that's why I'm like considering, like, you know, I was considering like getting a second job. Like, is that something that I need to consider? And then
Well, now you can't really do that. I mean, I feel like kind of working with Caleb Amber that could potentially get in the way of your work here.
No, you should have taken our budgeting program.
and that's another
Hey,
thing that I really would love to do. And again, I
Do
will.
it. You could have done it before because you work here. I mean,
But
of course you get that for free.
With what money?
Now you get it for extra. What?
What?
You knew you got the job quite a few months ago, quite a few weeks ago. We would have.
Oh, you would have like.
Oh
that'd
yeah,
be
you
cool.
work here. Why would you not be able to take advantage of the things we do?
Because I feel like I didn't know we were gonna do this, and so I kind of wanted to like
No.
float in ups. You know,
I'm not understanding why he didn't think he could take part of the budgeting program. Hey, Caleb, I'm working here now. Can I get your budgeting app? That doesn't seem like an overreach for just starting to work somewhere. It's like an app. I thought it's not like a big class, like super exclusive. Like, hey, do you want to use the we have a work Airbnb that we own, or we have a timeshare, you know? that would be a little too overzealous, we'll say. But no, this is a person. But this is just a fucking budgeting app.
you know, and
Ostrich. If your head is under the, you know,
And that's
head's
true,
under the
too.
sand. If we didn't do this, it wouldn't exist. You doesn't have to think about it.
which is not good,
Yeah.
and I'm ashamed of that.
But I guess that's a good sign, though, if you think about it. Like it's like, oh, he doesn't want to overstep, so you give him a little bit of
and I take
Stop
responsibility.
using the word shame. Responsibility, good. I get the shame thing. I'm feeling it. Please, let's move past it though.
Do you have any shame? Why can't I feel ashamed? Let me feel ashamed, because I do feel
no
ashamed.
shame.
Well, I think it's more of that, like the ashamed, that you're a little too ashamed, you know? Like you're a little too crazy. It's a little too much. It's not like you're just a little like, hey, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's more of that you're fucking a little crazy. It's not like there's a regular amount of shame, and then there's kind of like a woe is me amount of shame. And I think that's just becoming a little overbearing right off the bat. You know, you have to have a good balance of it. You don't want to be whiny. You want to be appreciative without being whiny, you know?
I'm shameless. No,
I'm sorry, but you're not shameless.
no. Of course I do for crap that was in the past that I've grown past. That's the thing. I've grown past it. I've matured. I've bettered myself. And I don't just sit
Not me, baby.
and feel like, oh man, every second of my life, man, I'm ashamed of what I did 10 years ago.
And that's not what I'm saying.
I know,
either.
but you brought it up 4 times this episode.
right
That's what it is. He's just like too woe is me.
because I feel embarrassed by it, and I do feel ashamed.
that's
But and I think what's
Maybe it's not fair
what's
for me to
helpful
say.
what's
I'm
helpful
just
for
saying.
me is to
No, I think it is fair. I think that it's okay to complain about stuff and feel shame and express it and be productive about it, but it seems like he's unproductive.
acknowledge that that's how I feel, and that that's okay to feel, right? Because but I still take responsibility, and I still want to change these things. But I do feel ashamed about these things. I feel ashamed that 2 people that I've looked up to for Caleb a year, but Graham 5, I don't know, you know, is digging through I think this show is about cognitive dissonance, right? It's about like what
I feel like there's a lot of energy here going on here. And also, it's cool. Like, let's say, like I'm 35. So let's say there's another 35-year-old man that was like, hey man, like I like your content. I like you as a content creator. Like, I think it's pretty cool. That's cool. If somebody said I look up to you, I think I'd feel a little strange about it. Like looking up to somebody's for a kid. You know what I mean? Like young people look up to somebody. If a 20-year-old said that to me, I'd be like, oh, okay. But if like another man my age said they looked up to me, I would be like, oh, it's a little weird. It's pretty, it's a little strange to me. What the hell are you talking about? It's a little much about it. But
believe about myself and my beliefs about money and my beliefs about myself as an entrepreneur and my beliefs about things versus like how I'm actually like making decisions, right? And I think it really is powerful to, that's why I think the show is what it is, right? Because it's like you have to face the reality of this. And that's why I think it's fascinating, right?
Yeah, it comes to some point, right? The reality it comes to some point.
Right. And so I admit
I'm so big out, they're not true.
that there is cognitive
It comes
dissonance.
in a month and a half.
Woo!
Yeah.
We're also auctioning off my organs one at a time on the website.
You'll be auctioning off those fingers if you don't stop tapping the table.
That's a
Dude, he's always tapping the table.
good point.
It's my ADHD. I used to tap a lot too, so I understand it. You know, sometimes I still do.
And then we also went to
stupid
college.
joke.
Did you get a degree?
I got a degree
Okay.
in new media marketing.
Cool. We borrowed $26,025 to get that degree.
Is that like an actual student loan? I feel like student loan debt is like good debt, quote unquote. You know.
Yeah.
But I personally like, and I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but I'm not freaking out because the interest rates are at least below 5%.
Yeah, these are fantastic rates. I mean, the highest is 4.4%, and your lowest is 3.5%. It's not terrible. Do we have the minimum payment?
I believe
Oh,
it's
that's like
450
$300,
it's 450-ish. I
450?
think that might be incorrect. It comes out of my Bank of America checking. So
50 seems a bit high for that.
and I think it's
balance.
towards the end of the month.
Are you on like an expedited payment plan besides the 10-year traditional?
I actually probably think I am. So if I back that down, I could probably put more debt to the card.
I
So
think you'd be closer to about 300 if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I'm okay with you paying it off early.
It's 435.
Yep.
Whoa.
Which means that I definitely am on the accelerated thing. So I should back that down, I think, or maybe
Well,
not.
I mean, I would rather the
Hey,
extra
never back down. Never what? You know.
135 go towards
Credit cards, right?
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
30% debt versus 3% debt.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a difference there. Yeah. I'd rather. Okay. What was the degree in again?
It's new media marketing. So like
so you're
internet
in
marketing.
that.
Yeah.
You're in that world.
Exactly.
You're in new media, I guess.
You hired me, and you don't know that I have a degree?
No, I don't
Caleb
need to know
doesn't
someone.
check.
No, I don't want to know. I don't
I don't need to know so much.
care
He
what
told
your
us he
education
doesn't
is.
care.
No, I want to.
The best person
I
for the
mentioned the
job.
best
right?
person for
Really?
the.
Well, Caleb is not like a formal employer, I guess you'd say. Like he's not a traditional employer. He's probably doesn't care about necessarily care about your formal degrees. He probably cares more about your ability to be proficient in something more than anything else, which makes perfect sense. But the skill did definitely help. I would imagine help him. The going and getting like the formal skill.
The job.
I mentioned it in the video that I made too in the application.
He didn't even watch the video. He probably just skimmed fast at 2x speed. He's
He
like,
probably liked the overall energy and he appreciated it. He probably had somebody else watch it though. Like I don't think Caleb has the time to necessarily sit there and like parse through everything.
all right, fine. This guy will do.
I watched the video, but annoyingly watched the video.
I know. Can I say something about that too? After that call, I mean, I just had verbal diarrhea, which is common for me. But I had verbal diarrhea on that call, and I was talking to my friends afterwards. And I'm like, I think that he's like angry with me
Oh my god, this guy's so fucking annoying.
about the video, and they were like, why? Like, why would he be angry? And I'm like, because I think it puts pressure on him, and I think he was resentful of that. And
It did, because a lot of people have posted, "Hey, you better have hired this guy. Hey, you better have hired this guy. Hey, you better have hired this guy." Apparently, other 1,000 people that applied.
yeah,
You know?
which I feel mixed.
I honestly like I not for nothing because I don't particularly care for this guy because he's super annoying, but I do think that was a really good move. You have like people nowadays do not advocate for themselves enough. It's a really big problem. I think people nowadays, I don't even know if I necessarily would say people are too nice nowadays. People don't want to be considered inconvenient. Everything is an inconvenience. And like, it's funny because we make fun of Karens, but like they always get what they want. And like a Karen will come in and they'll bitch about like they'll buy something and then they'll literally like throw it into the toilet and flush it and then like find it in the sewer and say that it was a malfunction that came with the product. And they'll get their money back because they'll complain as much as possible. And it's just not worth it for businesses, especially big businesses, to like fight them on it, right? But then like you won't even tell people when they accidentally put pickles on your food, or they didn't give you the right soda, or they didn't do, because like that's like I feel like it's young people. They don't want to be considered inconvenient, and it's you don't want to be a Karen, but like you need to learn to complain sometimes to advocate for yourself, and you need to. That's how you need to look at it. You need to say, like, you need to start looking at it as, like, you need to advocate for yourself productively. You don't need to be a fucking asshole, but, like, sometimes it's okay to be a little pushy. It's okay to advocate for yourself. You need to learn the difference between, like, going too far and then, like, not going far enough. So I can appreciate that this guy applied for Caleb's job. And then he made a video about it to advocate for himself. Like, yeah, maybe it was a little annoying, but he got the job. And if he didn't, does it really matter that much? YouTubers aren't going to blacklist you because you make a YouTube video that advocates for you getting a job. And it's okay to be annoying sometimes. Like sometimes like annoying people will get their way. And sometimes like even if your first impression of somebody is that they're annoying, later on it might be like, oh, this guy's actually pretty good. So
feelings about, because that
be assertive. Yep.
it's not a great tactic to be proud of, but also it kind of
being the best.
Which thank you. Thank you. That's really nice.
Yeah, no, I mean,
boss.
it's only been a week, but I mean, so far you're doing really good. I mean, you're mostly training behind the senior producer and stuff, but I know we're getting you on phone calls and stuff, and I've heard it's been going pretty good.
Sensei.
Yeah. We're going to get you out there grinding, finding good diversity guests, different type of situations. That's his primary responsibility.
Guys, I
Looking for DEI hires, guys.
know that you, like when you look at my stuff and you say you didn't make any money for all these months and you've around and spent money in that time period, I did a self-inventory of my life and realized that like my dream for the business was like one day I can make so much money doing this horrible, stupid senior living marketing business that I can basically spend my free time making YouTube videos, right? Because every single job I've ever had has been about trying to in some way make the job about making video content, because that's what I've always loved to do. I started making videos in like middle school, I guess high school really, then
This guy's a theater nerd. He was so close to like massive success too. He should have just kept latching onto Caleb Hammer and dealt with it. If this guy had a slightly better like resilience and constitution, he could have worked for Caleb Hammer, and he could have had a pretty productive career as like a side character that could have developed into his own thing instead of just bombing out the relationship, getting himself fired, which he said he wanted to get fired because there needed to be changes made, despite the fact that he resonated with the show because he liked the no nonsense attitude because he was a shitty spender. And then throw Caleb under the bus, which just it's just ridiculously backfired on him. It's actually fucking crazy.
Had a lot of success in college, and then when I graduated college, it was like time to buckle down and get a real job. And you described working at a data entry position and how you really truly felt like you were going to die in that position. It just sucked the soul out of you.
That's terrible because now data entry is like getting AI'd away. And it's hard for people to get into the industry. It's fucking rough, man.
And that's how I felt. And
let me tell you right now, like if you're, and this doesn't apply to everybody, but if you're somebody that wants to do a job and you can, and it would be productive for the job you want, you should make a TikTok and start posting content. I know that sounds like a little crazy. It doesn't have to be anything insane, but like you really should. Like if you want to own your own power washing business, make a TikTok of you doing power washing and figure out a way to make that entertaining. If you want to be, somebody who does some kind of, because we had somebody that came on the stream and talked to us about like they wanted to do like sports analytics, figure out a way to make a TikTok out of that. If you want to be like a mechanic, make a TikTok out of that. Figure out how to do it. I feel like not only is it supplemental income, but it's the new resume. And people seeing you and discovering you. It doesn't have to be a massive discovery. Like let's say you're like a really good mechanic and you're struggling to get a consistent work, but you do like on the fly mechanic shit. Like you drive up to somebody's house and you're like, you do work there. Somebody might see you and be like, oh, this guy's pretty good. Like, why don't we like get him hired? You know what I mean? Like I think that's decent advice for people to like reconsider the way that you look at what a resume is and try to figure out a way to kind of like push that out there. Even if it doesn't get a lot of views, it's like a brand awareness thing. It really is like a brand awareness type of a deal. So you should like consider it in that capacity, honestly.
Realized that for like a long time, I wasn't working in what I actually was passionate about.
Hey, go give him a subscribe in the description.
And they even shouted him out. They even shouted out Noah. This guy just started working there, and they shouted him out. That's such a nice thing that they did for him. What the fuck? This guy's so unappreciative, dude. It's fucking crazy. Holy shit.
It'd be really cool.
Actually,
like Caleb started him off $50,000 a year. He's paying him well, plus bonuses. He's shouting out his YouTube page. They barely worked together. And this guy's like, oh, Caleb was such a shitty boss. What the fuck?
I don't want you to, because I don't want that actually. So don't do that, because I don't think that that's actually like a good, I don't think that's a good way to get followers. Actually, I think that
you're kind of wrong.
That you should make content and then organically, you should organically attract an audience. And I actually don't want the pity followers of like,
there's an ebb and flow to this. I generally disagree. Understand something, that like popular content creators are only popular because of a significant event that they don't deserve. Like I've been able to maintain a career because I was big on TikTok during COVID when D tier content creators were able to get limelight because everybody was home and they were consuming content. And without that moment, I don't think I would be able to have a pretty solid I mean, I've been doing this for 5 years and I've been financially viable in a very productive way. Don't be afraid to get like some people's eyes on you. Like, yeah, maybe not like, you know what I mean? Like make your content, get your shit going, create something so that when you get, if you want to call it pity followers or you want to call it like, you know, a recognition event, people have something to look at. And especially if you're making content and nobody's watching, that's a good thing. It sounds crazy, but like be okay with nobody watching. Let's say you start making content on whatever platform and you make like 10 videos and nobody's watching. You make video number 11, people start watching. Well, now they have 10 other videos to fucking consume. Instead of if your first video pops, they have nothing to watch. It's not so bad to not get views for a while. It's not so bad to take advantage of pretty big events. Just keep making your content and trying to like, let's see what happens. You can get a bunch of eyes on you and you might get feedback that you're boring. And that failure is feedback. And then you could be like, oh, okay, like what can I change? You don't want to be too audience captured, but like there has to be a balance between it. And so like, okay, yeah, you know what? They said that my camera sucked or my microphone was terrible, or sometimes I, shit my pants or something, or they could smell the farts through my screen. These are things you could be productive about and you can change.
No, not pity. What if some of them enjoy your content though?
Fair. Go check it out.
I think the sweet spot is about 100 subscribers. Like thousands, you'll get inactive people. About 100 people who only subscribe if you're actually going to watch the next 10 videos.
Yeah. And also, I'll tell you another thing from my experience. Don't be afraid to lose followers. Losing followers has always, for me, been followed by gaining a massive amount of followers. On TikTok, on my original TikTok account, I remember being stuck at 1 million or 1.4 million. And then I lost like 40,000 followers because there was like a whole big event that happened. And then a month later, I boomed up by hundreds of thousands of followers. When you lose followers, it sounds really bad, but that means that you're purging your audience of people who aren't really interested in you. It's okay to do that. It really is not a bad thing. Especially like I have inactive accounts that I'm making active again. So I just made my Snapchat active again after like 4 years. Right, I have like 6,000 followers on there. I think I had 6,600. I'm down to 6,000 because I'm posting frequently now, and now they're seeing me in their feed and they're going, "Oh, I don't remember this guy. What the fuck am I following him?" And like when I was first reposting videos on there, because they have their own TikTok on Snapchat now, TikTok Spotlight. I'm trying to like see how it goes. 0 views, 10 views, 5 views. Now I'm getting videos that have like 22,000 views. I have one that has like 20,000 views. Like I'm starting to like see more because people are like, oh, don't like this guy. They're leaving. It's not going into their page for them to skip over it anymore. And now it's potentially going out to other people that actually want to engage with the content. There are so many different things that you guys have to keep in mind about content creation. Like you guys think that failing is a bad thing, but like a lot of times failing is a good thing. It's feedback. You don't get good feedback when you're doing really well. You get really good feedback when you're failing. And so be comfortable as a content creator going through periods of doing really well and then also periods of failing, because that's when you're going to make your most of evolution, is when you are failing. When you're doing really well, you will make no progress usually. And that's okay, because the progress you make is making more money. But then when you're failing, look at it productively. Like when I make content for I have like, but my general content strategy is make YouTube videos and then put, clips out on TikTok. My best performing videos tend to be my worst performing clips. My worst performing videos tend to be my best performing clips, which sometimes will make those videos viral and like really blow up. You know what I mean? So like there's a lot of different things you got to look at.
Like, how many subscribers
make that
are you
commitment.
at, by the way?
450. So
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I thought you meant to
that's
say
fucking hard.
4. And I was like, okay, sorry.
that's funny. No, I mean,
That's pretty good, especially for a YouTube channel. It's easy to get followers on TikTok, but YouTube's pretty good.
one channel I have 1,000 subs.
Dude, that's really good.
Thank
Why do you have 2 channels when you're so small?
you.
Sometimes
It's called, and that
Isn't
channel.
the first 1,000 like the
Very
hardest?
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a pain. It was called Why It's Trending. Basically, we take a look at, or me and my friend Oscar, best guy in the world. He's great. Brandon, I'll send you some Oscar
Is he Hispanic? It looks like, yeah.
clips, and hopefully you can use him as B-roll because he's fucking talented as shit. Oscar and I made a channel.
Bro, this is crazy to me. I don't think he means poorly, but like he's coming on here now. He's like, hey, my friend could work here too. It's like that's a little much. But then again, they're having him do this big financial audit, which is uncomfortable. So you know what? He's advocating.
Channel called Why It's Trending, basically analyzing like top YouTubers and the tactics that they used, but to get on the trending tab. Back in the day when the trending tab was a relevant thing that
I like
people about.
I like Caleb and this other guy. What's this other guy's name? I know Caleb has talked about him. What is his? I forget his name specifically, but I like him. I like their dynamic together. I think is that Graham Stephan. I believe that is. That's he's like a big fan of Graham Stephan. Yeah, I like the Graham Stephan seems like a pretty calm, cool, collected guy, and Caleb seems to be like Beaker from the Muppets, and I love that, by the way. And I like their dynamic together because it's like they have a really nice ebb and flow together. They offset each other very well.
And
half of us don't even know why our video goes viral.
Right.
How many views did that video get?
We probably released close to like 8 of them, I think.
Can you bring up the channel?
Sure.
The channel.
I want to see it.
The other embarrassing part is that I spent loads of time on this channel, and then it's not 1,000 organic. There's paid in there, and I paid to promote because I was trying different. My background's advertising, so I promoted some of them. And so, yep, I'm fake.
But all the subscribers are real though.
All the subscribers are real, but some of them it was exposure.
Speaking of those, by the way, Graham tried to play
YouTube
his
ads.
position on his podcast, so now I got to play mine here. Turn off Graham's mic. Hey, can you turn off Graham's mic real quick? Bring it down all the way down, all the way down, all the way
I don't
down.
like this. What is
Hey,
it?
we're in a competition right now between a million to get to 1 million subscribers between Iced Coffee Hour and this channel. My birthday is next month.
Wow, he's at 2 million now. Caleb's making some fucking moves, boy.
Best birthday present I could ever get is getting to 1 million subscribers. But seriously, thank you to everyone who has subscribed, whether or not we get there. I really do appreciate you being a part of this community, including you and you actually, but you who
And subscribe to the Ice Coffee Hour.
Why
Why
it's
is
trending.
Mr. Beast trending? Why is David Dobrik trending?
video
Why
did
is
well.
Yes Theory trending? Why is Smosh trending? Interesting.
was the David Dobrik.
I find it really weird when there's like really small channels that try to tell you why something is trending when do they really know? I'm a little unconvinced.
Fake views though.
A lot of these are artificially inflated. We did like 10,000 views on the Binging with Babish video that I created first. That did
Oh, I love that channel.
exactly. Andrew Ray.
Wait, how do you do? Wait, is he saying that he bought views?
A fantastic idea. Here's a great cooking show, right? Where you feature pop culture media and you build a beautiful cooking show around this thing that was attached to a huge giant IP.
super cool.
It was a fucking amazing idea, and that he's from Rochester, where I went to college. He commented on the video. He was our 6th subscriber. It was the best day of my life.
Binging with Babish?
Yeah, he's subscribed to the channel. I was like,
Binging?
I've heard of the name.
He's really cool.
he's really cool. And then Niall Red commented on the video, and I'm like, I can die happy. And then it just was exhausting because it's like this all takes so much time. And we're
Everyone's
still
complimenting your video, by the way.
which is very sweet.
Yeah, the issue is that no one cares why something is trending.
Yeah, they don't give a
Few people.
And my titles were awful, and my thumbnails were awful.
It's too niche of a channel.
Yeah.
You did a good job. It's just the wrong
Okay, interesting.
channel.
Just
That could have been fine. I don't know if it's too niche of a channel necessarily.
please tell me that more.
That's it.
Explain that. It's too
seems
niche of
like
a
you did
channel.
a good job, but nobody cares why it's trending. And every person that you have is going to attract their audience. So, like, let's say Smosh, you're getting a sliver here, you're getting a sliver here, a sliver here, but you can't converge all of them together.
What
So you're getting
about-
a whole bunch of
Or maybe.
split audiences without, very few people care consistently, like every week. Why is someone's trending that week?
That's fascinating. Can I explain
I feel like that it might actually be a decent idea. It might still work out pretty well.
my
That might be something that's like really good for brain rot content if you can get that like TikTok consumable deck down to like 3 minutes.
thinking on why I did it? Please stop tapping on the table. Can you tape my hands to my legs?
This man's employment's gonna last to the end of the week.
tape? That would be funny if we just like tape the hands together.
I was. Are we actually going to do that? Is that really? Yeah. How about if I do it again? Can it be a threat? Can you put the
If you
tape
do it
on
one
the
more
table?
time, we're taping.
Fantastic.
We're
news.
taping you to the table.
Perfect. I won't touch the table. Wonderful.
So if you tap again, then
tape me up.
Oh yeah. Well, if you
Fantastic.
consent to it.
All right, that's an
I consent to
intense
it.
tape. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a
All
good threat. I was thinking that our audience would be like YouTube creators, right? But that's too small of a niche or too small of a niche.
Well, unless it's a negative. People love the downfall.
Sunny V2s, yeah.
Not even just
the rise
him,
and
man.
fall.
There's so many channels
So like
now.
drama covering.
Oh, yeah. You go on the negative side of YouTube.
Oh shit, Caleb Hammer's a big fan of the drama, baby. Am I at Arrows?
YouTubers, people
Keemstar,
watch
Dark
the
Side.
crap out of
Yeah.
that.
He's not really posting on YouTube anymore.
Really?
I think he like unironically does like Snapchat a lot. I think there's probably a pretty big Snapchat market that's like not super tapped, especially now. I think they're trying to tap into more mainstream shit, which is like a little annoying. It's good, but it's like a little annoying because they're super fucking obnoxious about it because they overly police shit and it kind of annoys the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
right,
Thank
I
you
just
so
wanna go
much.
fight stuff.
That's fascinating, and I appreciate that perspective. And that's the other reason. Like, so I guess it's like I know that there's some bullshit in here, but like this represents a period of my life where I took an inventory and I said I want to return to doing the things that I know like are actually meaningful to me and like that I want to do with my life.
But why did that result into thousands and thousands of dollars of spending specifically?
Because mistakes were made along the way.
Okay, see, if it was like we're purchasing things to try to get the channel off the ground, like better software, better cameras, kind of stuff like that, that's like, okay.
Let me tell you one thing. If you want to be a content creator and you can't make it in like 720p, you're never going to make it in like 1080p or whatever. But I will say, if you're going to invest into anything as a content creator, it's always a microphone. It is always a microphone. Okay. People will put up with watching low resolution videos. It's not ideal, but they will put up with it. People will not put up with listening to low resolution audios unless it's like the meme, right? Like if you're a meme channel, you could deal with that. And so keep that in mind, man. People definitely they definitely want to hear something nice. They don't want to hear fucking bullshit. So
I understand that a little more. Would I agree with it? Not necessarily. I mean, we both started with completely cameras. I think most YouTube channels can and do, but
No, that time was just living while I was, because I mean, these videos were made years ago, right? That time was living and analyzing. Hey, I need to shift my career to work into video. So that's honestly.
well, now you're here. You're
I know.
on video.
I know, but what you're looking
super
at is the
exciting.
reason, like why I'm here. And I'm here to clean this up and also learn from you guys. And even it being here for a week, like I really feel like this is like a dream opportunity and a dream job for me.
that.
And I have
there
learned
for a week.
literally, I feel like I've learned a load in 4 days, and it's day 4. And I've talked a lot because I got 2 hours of sleep and I'm very nervous.
You know, it'd be really cool. I would love you to work here for as long as we can have you work here and perform incredibly. But I would love just being in the YouTube ecosystem that somehow your main channel takes off and you're able to make a living off of that. That would be so cool to see someone like leave the little ecosystem we have here and just like become a YouTuber themselves. That would be so freaking cool. I'd rather you stay and work and provide value to the company, but that would be really cool too.
I mean, that would be sick as hell. I mean, eventually, you know, hopefully years down the line after you become the next Dave Ramsey. Here's the other thing.
right.
Like what is that? What is it? Oh, okay. Whatever.
No, okay. Let's,
If you're Dave Ramsey, you'd be George Camel.
Okay.
How's that?
Who's George?
He's under Dave.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, is he the guy with the glasses?
Yeah, he's the guy with the glasses.
No, I probably might meet him. Never mind. He's great. Love him. He's just as great as Dave Ramsey.
I like George.
I like George. Yeah.
No, but like whenever you see, okay, sometimes when you're watching the Dave Ramsey show or like you're listening to the podcast, you ever listen to the
Ramsey
podcast,
Show.
The Ramsey Show, and it's not Dave, doesn't a little piece of you go, man, where's my guy? Where's Dave at? Little piece of
I
you?
like when Dave is on there.
Thank you.
do.
Thank you,
I mean, I guess that's why you watch the Dave Ramsey podcast, so that for Dave, no?
Graham.
Yeah.
Thank you, Graham.
I don't watch the show, so
I skip the non-Dave episodes of the
Yeah.
podcast. I used to listen to the podcast every day. I probably listened to like 200 hours, 300 hours of Dave Ramsey.
I used to listen about 4 years ago, and I think I did skip the ones where he wasn't on it.
Thank you. Point made. Sorry, he's retiring. You got to retire, but it's going to be sad. And never mind. I'm going to stop talking now. Yell at me.
All right.
Beat me up.
Wow, this is certainly a financial audit. $749 is in your checking account. Savings account's $1,000. That scares me.
Emergency fund. It's not good.
Yeah, speaking of Dave, yeah, you got that $1,000. Yeah. So lots of domain things. How many domains do you have, my dude? And Square,
Like website names? I haven't heard the term domain name in such a long time.
Squarespace,
Yeah.
Google Domains.
So I goofed up. So there's taquitos in there because like my business, I'm not going to.
Oh, he's Caleb Hammer educated. Taquitos, like when I was like first like reacting to Caleb Hammer stuff, I didn't know what the fuck a taquito was. Like I would eat a lot of 7-Eleven taquitos because I'm fat, but I have heartburn now, so I don't eat them. And I would always talk about how cheap they are, but like taquitos are just like unnecessary expenditures. That's literally it. And so like he knows what taquitos are. People had to yell at me to understand. It took like 3 episodes of the pod of me watching or reacting to Caleb's stuff for me to know what the fuck a taquito was.
You say that word in such an interesting way. I've heard you say that.
Taquitos?
Taquitos.
Thought it
How do you
was
say
just taquitos.
Taquitos.
Taquitos. You
What
say
do I say?
taquitos.
Taquitos. He's saying it with a little bit of my mother in there. You know what I mean? She's white as fuck, but she likes to try to speak. I like say Marie, like Maria. You know, she's got a little bit of that in them.
Can you guys say the word crayon for me?
Crayon.
Crayon.
Do you fucking hear that? That's not.
Can you guys say the word milk for me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Can you guys say the term milk? Milk for me? Is you supposed to say milk?
Crayon.
send you to speech therapy.
No. What do you say?
So we're.
Crayon.
I'm
Like a
from
human.
crayon.
Yeah, crayon, and you say
crayon.
crayon.
Yeah, it's
We're
crayon.
from like the
Crayon?
northeast,
Crayon.
and so
Yeah.
like we say crayon, and
Cranberry?
West
and
is-
I say how it's
Sorry,
written though. Crayon.
well, but like,
It's not
I don't
written.
got time for syllables, Graham. You should know
Crayon.
that.
It's crayon.
Domains.
Domains.
Caleb's just tired of this conversation.
They need to be
Or at least that specific conversational point.
canceled because they are for my last business, and
How many
still haven't
domains do you
canceled them
have?
yet.
Just like redirects?
yeah, redirects. You know, I was hosting a webinar, so I was like redirecting
Or like
with
old
a.
people come here to die.com?
Nope, it was Senior Living Marketing Masters. I
That's a
was master.
long domain.
That is a long name. It doesn't really roll off the tongue.
It's a.
I don't even think an old person could remember that as they're saying it.
Oh, but I have a marketing degree, and I bought.
It's like a
because it's hard.
sentence.
I know.
Do you think an old person is gonna have the
have
capability to type in the whole like paragraph?
So it's not. So you're not selling to the old people, right?
Yeah.
You're selling to
I know,
the
yeah.
community
You
owners.
just sounded like Brent when you said, I have a marketing degree.
Yeah, I get that. But also, I feel like it's like when you're making a kid's toy, you're marketing to kids, but you're selling to adults. You know, if that makes any sense. And I feel like if you're trying to do a marketing thing for a senior living facility, you want to show them in your own title that seniors would potentially buy what you're doing. Does that make sense? You want to carry a particular energy about you, you know? Like it's like if you wanted to sell to if you wanted to make like a toy brand name and you're like high quality toys, it's like, okay, that's what is that, fucking dildos? But if you're just like reallycooltoys.com, like that's like, oh yeah, kids like really cool toys. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear really cool toys. So for old people, just like, you know, it's one of those things where you're almost dead.com. You know, that's how I would go. That's the direction I'd go into.
No, I know. I'm saying, how embarrassing is it that I have a marketing degree and like I picked that domain, right? Like,
Yes.
what a fucking useless degree.
It's just like, it's a stupid play, bud.
Like I'm naming things. Why it's trending? And nobody cares. Like I
No,
agree.
why is trending? I personally like it.
Thank you. Okay.
I don't like it.
No. The name for
Oh.
what the content is. Like it makes sense. Why is it trending?
Who gives
It's what the name is. Whether the
I don't-
content's good or not, I don't know.
I don't like it.
You don't like the name?
No, I don't.
Approve, disapprove. 50-50.
Okay. I'll take that into consideration.
You know, $1,000 in savings. What's good is you didn't take from it. That would scare me. I thought
did that
for
this
a
month.
second.
Yeah, you're not gonna be happy about that.
Where is it? What's it at?
I made a minimum payment on my card.
Well, I'm glad you at least did that, but that sucks.
So what is your savings down to now?
you know,
600, 400?
Scary low, and then Caleb
What's
gave me
it
a
at?
bonus today.
Really?
Damn, did he spend the bonus on something?
Yeah,
So
up
you're
like
down
low.
to the wire.
you
on
know, a
this.
couple $100, like not good.
a couple
by the way,
$100.
I
like
paid for
$200
everyone's moving costs. You never sent me any receipts or anything.
Because I felt like, okay,
So Caleb pays for people's moving costs, even though you apparently don't have to move for his job, and he didn't submit the bill. Why? I'd be like, all right, I'm submitting my fucking costs, boy.
Matt Diavella, minimalism. Yeah, I like to not have stuff, and so I didn't have that much stuff.
yeah,
and
but you cost gas at least.
I'm sure. Oh, you want to reimburse my gas? Holy, that'd be wonderful.
Well, for moving down here, yeah.
That's news
I've
to me.
told you this.
No, you didn't. You said if.
I'll reimburse your moving.
Okay. I thought
That's
that meant.
required to
I thought
move.
that meant like.
Dude, you should have hired some white glove service.
Instead
just
I freaked
Uber
out.
SUV the entire way.
Instead I
Just
freaked
give Caleb
out.
a $5,000
I think I
bill.
specifically actually said it has to be like
He said you could look up the. Oh, okay. Did I misinterpret that before? Did he say you could look up the cost of living online? He didn't say that you could have just worked online. Did I misinterpret that?
reasonable and not stupid.
Love
I
that.
think I specifically said that.
Yeah,
Oh shit! All right, I'll take your word for it. That does make more sense. That does actually make more sense. Now that you're saying that, those pieces do make more sense. Yeah. Okay. All right. That was a little stupid of me.
And that could be reasonable. White glove service the entire way. Someone to carry you on their back.
Private jet.
What was your savings at before today's bonus? Come on. Number.
Probably $200. I can give you an actual.
Wow. So it cut. Wow, from 1,000 to 200. What were you gonna do without today's bonus? Because pay doesn't hit till 4 days from now.
And you can scream at me all you want.
I wonder if he probably gets paid once a month. Because I get paid once a month, like from YouTube, right? So it probably gets paid once a month, like because Caleb probably pays them. I mean, I would imagine that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm being stupid.
But I was going to use the 0% card and charge more money to it because I've been using it as an emergency fund. Which
What
is
was
like,
your plan from here? Because this audit was like a spontaneous, like, hey, it would be fun to do. Graham's coming. We didn't even know you were coming in town until like 2 days ago.
Really,
so,
yeah.
Like this was very spontaneous. I want to legit know what your plan was.
Yeah.
Just a couple days ago.
I call it cockroach mode, right? You guys are
So we go
familiar
from ostrich to cockroach?
Yeah.
Okay, what's
Like
cockroach?
an animorph.
Is it just you scatter?
No.
Like lights come on and you disappear?
No, a cockroach, survives, right? The cockroach survives, but and it hangs on, right? And so
You
just
can't kill
nothing.
it.
Right, you can't
Yeah.
kill it. I'm resilient, right? And now I'm gonna get it done, right? So like cockroach mode in other points in my life meant, nobody's gonna miss this toilet paper roll from my workplace. Like this is gonna, cockroach mode is like, I'm kidding, I would never. Here, no.
And we buy the good stuff.
You do too. It's great. It's really soft.
Okay, you just slammed that on.
Tape them up.
That's like as bad as it gets.
Tape them up.
That's
I'm
like
serious.
He's like, I don't know, man. He's like way too comfortable. I feel like he's like super comfortable considering they just started here. It's a little strange. He's got theater energy. That's what it is. He's got fucking theater energy.
It's like worse than
Tape
slamming.
me up.
Like, what's the heaviest thing I can find on this table and just do this over
probably,
and over
Caleb,
again?
for liability, you probably have to tape yourself.
Huh?
For liability, you should tape yourself. That way, none of your.
Actually?
No. I was.
Brandon, get in
I
here.
thought it was just a funny
Tape
thing.
my ass. No, it's funny. Great
Yeah.
job.
Your hands.
That's what you want to hear for a joke,
Yeah.
right? Great job.
Like you bang the table with the table.
Take the table, slam it down on the table.
God, this guy's fucking laughing. It's crazy.
Get up. I'm like, he's not gonna do that.
Are they really? Oh my God, he has a strange mouth. That's fucking crazy. Wow, that's incredible. That's just like a fucking crazy mouth, dude. Sorry, I just wanted to take a look at that bad boy. That's impressive, maybe. Also fucking crazy. Okay.
That's a lot of tape.
Gotta keep them secure.
I'm down.
Are we keeping your hands together or on the table? Because I think they
Is this like a real thing that's happening right now with the hands? This is fucking so cringe.
should be on the table. Because if they're together, you're still gonna like do this.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're taping them to the table?
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Dude, the clips from this episode, people are going to be like, there's going to be continuity error. Wow.
We got different kinky people in here.
I feel like he could just easily break off those, no?
We've got kinky people in here with the tape.
Different kinks. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we had that one guy who was like into Caleb yelling
Told you they got gooner energy here.
at him the other day.
Oh, we're talking about guests. Yes.
Was he like moaning?
I was gonna say I don't know my employees' kinks.
It's on the camera. Oh my gosh.
Great. I feel
This is all staying in, by the way.
Oh, fantastic. Probably put the tape away. My mother's friends are going to watch this and they're going to be like, I thought he was such a sweet boy. Hear his mouth. He said kinky.
Caleb, do you have a ball gag?
No, I don't.
I feel like Caleb has a ball gag. Come on, dude. Get the fuck out of here, Caleb. I know you have a ball gag.
My by the way, okay, so my mom didn't know what the show was and she was really excited and whatever.
Send her a screenshot of just this.
Oh, wonderful.
Hey, Mom.
No, I sent her Jack's episode of his audit a year ago, and my mom is in love with Jack. She loves him, and I thought it was really funny. She sent me this long message. She's like, he's so cute and charming, and wow, and he makes so much money. And it was like really funny. So yeah, there you go.
Oh my god.
I love my mom. I think she'd appreciate that.
We should have got her here
beat her.
today.
Put both
Dude.
of their pictures up like side by
Yes,
side together.
absolutely.
See if people
And
can
my
ship
father
this.
that she's been married to for 30 years.
Put that picture in the middle there.
Yeah, splitting them up.
Okay.
3,000 in retirement. I do like that.
Yeah.
Well,
not
I
enough.
don't like that at your age, but I at least like that there's a base.
Yeah.
Well, it was a little weird. I wasn't sure. Okay. So in terms of these funds that you're in, have you specifically picked these funds?
Nope.
Okay. So
Okay. At least he's quick on that.
So you're
At least he's a maybe honest guy, at least here.
in like an index retirement fund?
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was wondering why there's so many buy and sell actions out here. I was like, why are you micromanaging your whatever? Is this a Roth? What is this?
It's a normal 401k, I believe.
Yes.
Not a Roth.
So I'm seeing the portfolio here, how it's allocated, 1585 allocation. So this is one fund that you're buying into, and then within that fund, they have individual index funds that they're
So,
buying and selling.
Yeah,
This-
is it a target retirement fund? Target date?
It looks like it.
I love those things.
What is a target date retirement fund? Basically, pick a date in the future when you're
Yeah,
65.
like let's say you target 2050. That's your retirement date. It'll automatically rebalance every few years, and it'll get more conservative as you get closer to that 2050.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Make you less
Speaking
risk
of
averse.
Dave, he'd be very
That's interesting. Okay.
happy. 20% international plus 4% international bonds.
I didn't make any choices other than just like put the money in the 401k. It's from a
I
previous.
mean, I feel like it's at least he has something. He's putting away some kind of money. My wife and I just use her 401k. We just maximized I think her contribution's like 25% or something.
previous job. I was there for a bit, making some podcasts, making legal podcasts.
Continue down this great path. You're gonna have a sick $21.37
I
a
know.
month for your life.
I could afford a Netflix subscription, or
not
maybe
by
probably
that.
not. You're right, yeah, because I'm gonna hike the price. No, but that's partially why I'm very like and I'm gonna say it, but ashamed of my financial situation because I'm missing the best years of compound growth for my lifetime.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you gave Caleb some content that he could do. He probably is very appreciative of that.
And I'm gonna have to extend, you know.
But we're gonna get you in a better place. I mean, you're gonna be around this conversation on a daily basis, and hopefully, it just drives you to just do better and better every single day. I mean, we can get you. I want to get you debt free, bad debt free, so quick, so quick.
I think this is pretty cool, though. I mean, if you look at that, $21 a month for life.
Oh, I got
That's
it.
cool just from what you've done. So imagine what you'd be able to do if it's 10 times that. Imagine $2,100 a month for the rest of your life. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be
That'd be nice. I mean, is that in today's dollars? Would that be a lot in like 40 years? You know, that's a nice little retirement that you could still work. Because I feel like, especially for dudes, like you gotta like still work even once you're retired, if that makes sense. You know, because dudes are. I don't know, man. I've seen like women, they'll retire and they'll be fine, but then like guys retire and they fucking die next year because they got like, nothing to do. You know, does that make any sense? Yeah, it's because like girls, the girls take care of the house and the home. So but yeah, maybe that's because girls take care of the houses, you know, and so they still have like shit they could do. Does that make sense? You know, they still that's like their whole thing. It's like, okay, they go to work, and then they also take care of the home traditionally, and then you got a dude, and he's pretty much traditionally just working, so he retires, and then what the fuck has he got going on? Nothing. You got to go work at Walmart so you don't fucking die. You know.
So you could do that.
I agree. I would like it to be much more than that though, because I don't know. It's going to be expensive
Yeah.
to live in 40
I know.
years, 40,
Yes.
40-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be dollar will probably be worth about half around then. Typically, is
That's
Usually
terrifying.
we
Who knows?
See
They're
about
printing a lot of money lately. So maybe
I think this was during COVID, so like inflation hit a little high. So
less. I have no idea. It depends what they do.
yeah, man, not saying involved with their grandkids. Well, I'm not saying they don't say involved with their grandkids. I'm just saying that like I feel like dudes like, you know, they got like they do go to work every day. You don't go to work every day. What the fuck are you doing with yourself? I mean, if you babysit your grandkids, you'll be set. But
What do you
those men some hobbies. True.
think about second job? Like, I don't know. Is this the part where you help me fix my situation?
what would I say about that?
I mean, no, but really, because like
No,
part
your
of me,
opportunities here.
No,
Like,
I know
I don't
that.
get that. Like, double down on this.
It really is, because like the better the channel does, I mean, the better channel does, the better I do, the better everyone else does, because everyone here, including me, is performance based. So there is a lot of opportunity here.
That makes a lot of sense. I think that's a best way to go for like YouTuber, especially. You know, if you're gonna make money, you're gonna make money based on how well you do. You might as well offer an incentive for people that you work with you. So I pay August like a percentage. This way, it's like, you know, if I do well, we all do well, baby. You know.
I mean, there's no cap either. I see no reason. Go make the channel too incredible. Bring in $200,000 a year. I'm all about it. Do it.
okay,
Okay.
can I work 14-hour days every day and not leave the office?
I might not be here.
Okay.
This is so funny. Wait, this is so funny. In his original video, he was sitting here and he was talking about how he was working such long days and it was horrible. And he like insinuated that Caleb was like this was kind of an asshole because he had to work so much. And yet he made the decision to work as much as he worked. He made the active decision to work this much. Caleb's like, listen, you can make as much money as you possibly can through incentives. Like, there's no cap on incentives, man. You could do whatever you want. And then he's like, can I work 14-hour days? Okay. Well, you fucking shook. I guess the answer is yes. You chose to do that. That's actually so ridiculous. This guy is such a scumbag.
Because that's like, I'm like, dude, seriously? This is my fucking dream. Like, I have literally dreamed. I'm talking to Graham Stephan. I don't think you guys get how cool that is.
I don't think
for
Caleb
me.
gets it either.
That's funny.
Sick.
Yeah. I think so far you've been in the right time, but the wrong place. Like with all the businesses that you've done. Hopefully this is the right place, right time for you. Because it's like the YouTube idea that when you were doing this, that was a great time to do YouTube. That was pre-COVID. So like you were there starting at the right time for YouTube.
Shit.
It's just in an industry that, like, I don't think anyone would watch that channel. Like on a large scale, it'd be very difficult. Same thing with your business. I think it was the right time to get into marketing for assisted, but it's just the wrong business.
Yeah.
You know?
Why'd you stop, by the way? Why'd you give up
Stop what?
On the YouTube channel? Because, I mean, no one's going to make it on 9 uploads. Other than rare.
that's I was young, and you know, to me, 9 uploads sounded like a big deal, you know, and each video was like 50 hours of my life, and I really hadn't worked on anything like that, and I'm like, maybe there's something wrong with me. Why is this
You did
not
so well for 9 uploads.
and I know that.
1,000 subscribers.
yeah.
Your
But-
videos are getting thousands of views.
You got 1,000 quicker than I did in terms of video uploads.
That again, some of that is from paid traffic. So like I
Well,
think
views, but you said the subscribers
views,
are all
yes,
real.
views, yes. No, the subscribers are everything is
How do you know that? You get, well, I guess because you pay the bots. Wait, that just seems so stupid to pay for traffic. That just seems so dumb.
real, but some of it is paid traffic, and some of the views are paid traffic, right? Like I would say probably 60% of the
Yeah,
views.
so all
Is it really like good idea to pay for your traffic on YouTube? I feel like it's such a terrible idea.
organic views, but you paid for those organic views in a way. But they'd still have to
Doesn't sound. I mean, this is like definitionally inorganic views. No, the fuck, you pay for your traffic.
click on it. for
And
that
also,
page.
So it was
I had
promotion.
just
Yeah.
graduated college. My student loans were about to kick in, and I was terrified, right? And I was like,
Spooky time.
and one thing that we haven't talked about is that like I felt like I was like relying on my parents, and I felt like I was like relying on like other people to like have any success at all, and I had like a lot of like weird shame about that, right? Because I was like, well, you know, I only
Oh, that's a weird shame, man. I can always talk about shame and shit.
like I
Speaking of kinks, I think I found your kink. Shame.
Someone's got to sound clip that. Like,
We need to do your budget.
finance daddy sounds good.
I know you're in a weird kind of Airbnb. Like you started at the same time another employee did, but he got an apartment like right away. You're in a weird Airbnb situation.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. Is he intentionally staying in an Airbnb instead of finding a place to stay more formally? That sounds like such a stupid fucking idea, no?
What's up?
I wanted to see where to live and type
Okay,
your
experience.
This guy gets mommy money, dude. This guy gets mommy money. He gets money from mom. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, I understand. If you have no money and you're living like you have options, there's a reason for that. I guarantee you his mom gives him money anytime he asks for it. That's why he's so comfortable living like an idiot. He's staying in an Airbnb for like what? How long has it been now? Weeks? A month? Like, what the hell? The Airbnbs are expensive. Why the fuck are you staying in a goddamn Airbnb, dude? What? That's such a bad decision.
advice.
area.
Yeah, and take your advice, honestly, you know, because like in the back of my head, I was kind of like, maybe we are going to audit me, and maybe Caleb's going to have a lot of cool advice for me about like what the I should be doing.
Have I? Well, we haven't talked about the what to do yet.
Right.
We've only
And-
gone through what
Right.
you've
So, I mean,
done.
it would really suck if I came into this conversation with like, hey, yeah, my rent's $4,000. Like, you know, like
Is that what it's at right now?
No, it was, you just saw the payment, which was
$2,300.
$2,300 for 30 days at a place that is a premium rate. I would
Wait.
suspect.
Is it 30 days on go?
February 4th is my last day there. So I need to figure out a solution before
I'm
then.
in by then. Wow. Ooh, okay.
Did you rent a room?
So my friend reached out to me yesterday and he has a room available for $1,650 a month, but I was thinking that might be
I'll beat
really
that.
high.
$1,640 for the bathroom in the back.
Okay.
I would like if you would genuinely let me sleep in a cot in this studio, I fucking would do it, Caleb.
Comfy studio. Okay.
I love the idea of like living in your office.
I'm hardcore.
love
I
it.
would sleep.
It sounds like it's like a kind of a bachelor concept, man. You know, like if you got a wife, it's not. But that'd be cool. Imagine I had like this like little hole in the wall where it's just like a bed behind me, and I'm fucking streaming and shit. That could be kind of fucking cool.
Sleep in a cot. It would be
security,
sick.
You know, as long as it
Give me a vest and a baton. I'm here,
just
dude.
like nighttime.
I also have a
patrol.
dog, so it would be not. But maybe that helped with the
You have a dog? Fuck, you don't have any money, but you have a dog?
I
security.
get the pet though. So
That's true.
That's happy.
He's nuts. I love him to death. He's crazy.
Mine are nuts as well. So,
Wonderful.
I mean, dogs are just
Yeah.
interesting. So let's put you at just a normal Austin
I'm just saying having a dog, but I feel like a dog is a luxury, you know?
rent. Then let's just say we're gonna
Like a dog is a luxury. This is not a hot take, I feel. I feel like this is a cold take, no? Come on, right? The fuck?
get you at about 1,300. And you're not going crazy when you first start.
Okay, $1,300
We
bucks.
get a slightly higher end studio or just a mid to lower end single room.
Totally fine.
Cool.
Can I have a bedroom somewhere? I'll drive. I want a bedroom.
Yes, you can.
Okay, because that way I can like my dog. It's hard
Roommate?
I mean, I think I have to, right?
Well, not necessarily. Senior producer, how much is your rent right now? It is a nicer place, but I think we can get you 1,300 single room.
I feel like that's not terrible. That's okay money. $1,300 a month. Is that decent or is that not decent? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Everything's so fucking expensive.
Can we do a cool second channel video where we do a case study and we literally make this plan happen like
Yeah.
in real life and you help
a
me
great
look
idea.
for because like here's my problem is that I think you're going to write me a budget and I'm going to try to do it and I'm going to fail at implementing it fully.
Do the program. Do the program.
Okay,
The program,
okay.
dude.
I'm sorry.
Well, no. Just so many people have gone through it and they've already had so much success.
Okay.
Like if we've created something over the course of months that costs a lot of money and time to do it, and you work here, do it. Especially if it changed your life. Utilities, I'm getting you 250.
Is 1,300 standard? Was that for a room or like a small apartment? If it's for a room, that's kind of rough, no?
Groceries, 300. You know how we do. Toilet paper fund, anything else you need to exist,
You could take that from the office.
Just steal it.
$100.
Thank you, Graham.
$100, Caleb.
No. From
It's free here.
It's it's everything else he needs to exist. Really, it's all the
Like, don't imagine like toilet paper, paper towels, toothpaste, you know, cigarettes.
I'm going to have to cut a lot of my spending from
Well, no.
there.
This is the stuff you need to exist. Isn't the right best word. You don't have a car payment.
So this is something again.
All right.
Take a bus, dude.
This is my kink. I'm ashamed to say that I drive my daddy's car because he owns the car, and which is sad. I'm a grown 27-year-old man. I should own a vehicle.
It's just so weird. It's so weird to be like ashamed. Yeah, my dad, like, I drive my dad's car. He lets me have, like, he basically gave me a car. Okay, cool, man. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, why are you ashamed of that? Like, I live in my mother-in-law's house. I just pay like, she doesn't live here. Like, my wife and I live here, and we just pay all the utilities and stuff. It's a very good price. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm fucking fortunate. I'm lucky as hell. You know what I mean? Just be like, yeah, my dad gave me his car. That's all you have to say. You don't have to be crazy about it. Like, my dad gave me this car. I drive my dad's car. He gave me his car. Okay, cool. Good for you, man.
give a
Doesn't matter. It's a car's a car. What car is it though?
It's a Jeep.
My daddy gave me the car. Daddy, he hates me, but he gave me the car. Just be like, yeah, my dad gave me a car. So, like, I don't have to worry about it. I just have to worry about gas.
It's like a 2016 Jeep.
That's nice.
Yeah, but it's a Liberty. It's a Jeep Liberty, so it's kind of like
So?
old. But
Okay, you have a fucking free car. What? This guy is so weird. This guy is so strange.
Yeah.
I hear the American sound when I hear Jeep
Liberty. Love that.
All right. No.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
Great,
crow.
yeah.
It's an eagle.
Your gas
what
is
he
probably
had.
expensive.
Did you get that he was an eagle?
Probably. It's a nice car, dude. 2016, like, Jeep Liberty. It looks nice. For free? Like, I don't understand the issue here. What is happening?
No.
Yeah, so his dad doesn't hate him at all. His dad gave him a free car. He said, "My dad hates me." He gives him a free fucking car worth like $16,000.
Okay.
It sounds like a crow.
Yeah, it sounds like a crow.
But by the way, I told you that the reason that he has this like ridiculous lifestyle where he's like spends all of his money on bullshit, despite the fact that he makes good money, is because his parents fucking pay for his shit. His dad never hated him. This guy's just so fucking dramatic because he's a theater nerd.
I would love if you said it was like a Mercedes Maybach or something like crazy.
Something nuts.
Yeah.
So your
Like
gas is
NASCAR.
probably a little expensive, yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, you can get it. Look at that. Well, I also drove here, right? I drove halfway across the country, so that's part of
What's going to be your normal gas?
Gas
right
tank.
now you live right next to the studio.
I know, yeah. It costs like $40-$50 to fill up the tank, and I haven't
Miles per
commuted.
gallon?
Probably like 20-ish. I don't really know for sure. 20-ish. Ballpark. Right? It's a four-wheel drive giant truck thing.
If he drives like 5 miles to work and 5 miles back, what do you think?
10 miles, 20 miles a gallon, so half a gallon a day.
16
Assuming
gallon
it's
tank.
$3, $4 a gallon, so $2, $3. Just put $3 a day in gas, assuming he's doing that every day and driving extra.
Probably going to go explore the town and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like free fun, great parks, but you do have to drive to the parks.
I also have no friends, and I would like to see
Please. It was his like fourth
$60
day in
yeah.
Austin yesterday, and he went on a date with someone already.
Whoa. From where?
From here. We're from where?
How'd
do you
you,
mean
how'd
from
you
where?
find her?
From Hinge.
Hinge. Okay.
Can I say another
Yeah.
reason why I wanted to work here really badly? You destroyed this man on his Hinge profile, and it was
Everyone loved it.
It was my favorite fucking thing in the world. It was
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. This guy is such a weasel. His whole video that he went after Caleb for, he was like, I hated how toxic the show was. And now he's glazing Caleb super hard for how toxic the show is. This guy loves it just as much as Caleb. And he's sitting here pretending otherwise. Jesus Christ. Bro, not only did his video against Caleb, not only was it like, fuck you, Caleb, but it was trying to be a hit piece. He was actually like involving himself in the drama aspect. He knew all the criticisms Caleb was getting, and he liked Caleb for those reasons. And then he turned around and went like, oh, never mind. Fuck you, dude.
like it was.
Everyone
Doesn't
loved
matter. Girlfriend's back there. I win.
And she's awesome.
I win.
And she's really cool. And she
But
watches
there's something
Channel
magical
5
about that moment.
So
If you want, at the end, I could look through your Hinge. How'd that date go?
Yeah, he has an above average. Yeah, Caleb seems like a good boss.
can I tell you about a thing that I think that you would find fascinating?
Sure.
Okay. My background's digital marketing, right? I listened to a podcast about this idea called pairwise match. Do you know what pairwise match is?
No.
It's a way to do surveys where basically you have people take, you just do, do you like this picture better or this picture better, right? They pick their favorite one. Then
I like that. It's so slow and methodical and like uncomfortable. They must have slowed that down.
And the pairwise match algorithm ranks the photos based on which ones did the best, right? I'm always very frustrated about how there's no A/B testing tools inside of dating apps. And so I made a pairwise match survey about every photo of me. So I put in 50 photos of me and I sent it to every female friend that I've ever met. And I was like,
That's weird. Imagine meeting this guy like one time and he's like sends you some kind of weird dating shit.
rank all these photos. And so I did a
Oh yeah,
pairwise
he's fawning. He's fawning. Yep.
match ranking analysis of all of the photos of me to try to make the statistically best dating profile I
love
possibly
that.
could.
I wish
Thank you.
more people did that.
Imagine if
Thank
you put
you.
this much energy into making money.
Dude, that's a
And I
good
would love to for you, Caleb.
Here's
I
the
know
thing.
it's a great business. Thank you. When I
my
invest, I'm sorry.
gosh. But no, that's a great tool to use. Imagine that. Like
I think I think Caleb's also a theater nerd too, so he probably puts up with this kind of shit. But dude, these people are so fucking weird.
if I were single, I'd pay $5 for that. Like as like a BS. Like
You'd be lucky if anything dating related is $5.
it
Man,
could be. I know. but I'm
buying
just
like a
saying if-
single rose on Hinge is
But
$5.
like, for someone to upload their entire photo album of themselves and have real people rank them, so
Hold
they have
on.
And you
good
could use
profile.
Amazon Turk to do the back end, right? So you could
I mean, this is actually a pretty good idea. If this is what it is, where you pay people to rank your dating profiles, this is actually a really good idea. This guy, this is actually such a good idea. Wait, okay, because especially for men, because one of the things is like men don't really care about profiles. They look at other girls' profiles like she's hot. They don't read it, right? But women love reading profiles. I think their whole thing, and so like you want to have a profile that pops. So it's actually a great idea to have something like that. And it's so funny because this guy seems to have a lot of potential in general. Like, he has good ideas. He seems somewhat entertaining. He's a little theatery obnoxious, but like, whatever. He worked for Caleb. He loved Caleb. And then he tried to fucking go after Caleb after it didn't work out because he didn't want to work there anymore because he wanted his own YouTube channel. Instead of just walking away quietly, he got himself fired by saying, you have to change the company or I'm leaving. I'm paraphrasing, of course. And then making his own shit, like having his shitty YouTube channel just not do well. This is so funny. It's so funny how this guy like ruined his own career, like forever because of this.
Pay very cheap for survey results. I've thought all about this. I was going to make a business, and I didn't because at the end of the whole experiment, I realized to myself, this is such a nerdy way to attract somebody, right?
It's not.
I think it is because I think a
You
cooler
went on
thing.
a date in like 2 days of being in Austin. I think it worked.
It's funny now though because like now you could just use AI to like do that. You could just use AI to parse through everybody's like dating profile and come up with like the best things. Like, oh, hey, you put your thing in there. There's not enough this, you know. So now you don't even need people.
We're doing your budget.
Yeah. we'll do
I've
the Hinge
lost
later.
control of this conversation.
Sorry, I like to talk.
You only put 10% of your spending towards your debt.
Yeah, that's a
but
problem.
9.3% went to going out to eat.
I feel like this guy could literally just take his pay, like his baseline pay that Caleb gives him, which is $50,000 a year, no income tax. So, or there's no tax in Texas, so there's only federal. So that's nice for him. So at like, let's say, I don't know what you'd get, but let's say you had $40,000 a year after taxes, which probably wouldn't even be that much. Probably like something $45,000 a year. You know, I don't know. What are you really getting? Like about $1,000. He's probably coming home with like $700 a week, $2,800 a month. Put that all to bare bones that, and then you use your bonus pay to just pay off all your debts. And I feel like he could do tremendously well in his first year. You know,
Fucking miscellaneous shit that doesn't matter to your life a single second was 30%, 30%, 30% when you put 10% to debt. The percentage. Okay.
Most of my spending was on a credit card. If I had money, I would pay off the card. I don't have money is the problem.
Yeah, but then you spent money you just don't have on doesn't matter.
And I feel awful about it.
okay, and you're not going to get sympathy from me by saying that.
I know, but I'm explaining. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay. Car insurance.
My father pays it because
Daddy?
I'm a baby, little baby boy.
again, you could just be a normal person. You know, it's funny. It's just to be like, yeah, I'm fortunate. My dad actually still pays for my car insurance right now. Like, you're 28, you are very immature, but it's like, I don't have to worry about it. My dad pays for it right now. Like, I'm very fortunate. I don't know. Like, okay, cool. You know, I'm a baby boy. Just because you're chastising yourself doesn't mean I'm not going to. You know what I mean? So stop doing that whole thing. Like, oh, if I'm like super annoying about myself, people won't. Just shut the fuck up. You just stop it.
And my
You're a
daddy
baby
pays my
boy.
phone bill too.
I was just gonna
Jesus Christ.
ask that.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that sad? That's what I'm saying.
Saving
Shame.
money.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, it is kind of immature, but like the fact that you're trying to chastise yourself so we won't, it just bothers me even more. I find it more pathetic.
It's not.
It is saving me money.
You
And
basically just moved out.
But you spend it anyway on the card. It's like what you save there, you put on the card.
Were you living with the family before this?
I was staying with my family because I was freaking
So you kind
out.
of just moved out. So this is totally okay. It's okay to have a little. It's okay. Well, I know. There's,
wait, what do you
there's
mean?
ins and outs. You were staying with your family.
Not
kind of
as a
just-
grown man. I stayed with my family for 2 months, or just about like a month and a half after I got let go from my last job. So that's what
It's
I was doing.
okay to have a transitionary period. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
While you're figuring your out, it is okay if parents want to help as long as they're not enabling bad behavior. And they're, well,
They seem to be enabling bad behavior. Let's be fucking real.
okay, this is bad behavior. But if from here over the next couple months you're doing this right, they wouldn't be by paying for car insurance and lending that car and taking care of the phone bill. That wouldn't be enabling bad behavior.
And
It does a little bit, but I think it's fair if the parents want to like bankroll their kid that just moved away. Like, I get it. You know, why am I gonna? Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna fight
I
this
know
guy.
that, but I still feel weird. I feel like I should be
But
paying for it.
If you continue to this,
So then pay for it, pussy. Like, you can still pay for it. You know.
you're taking advantage of them, to be very clear.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else necessary in your life that I am missing?
Do I have a?
What else do you need?
Do I have like a? Okay, I have a Chat GPT subscription, and it's my favorite
Do you need that? Is that gone?
thing in the world.
How much
I know,
is it?
it's-
How much is it?
It's $22-ish a month.
Why? What do you do with it?
And I know it, but it's my favorite and I love it. And it could help this
cancel
business.
every other subscription.
Okay. It could help this business.
Anything else you need?
No.
That's probably true. You could like plug into Chat GPT or whatever, and it could potentially use that to help him do some of his job. Probably. I mean, I'd imagine that you could use AI for a lot of things.
Oh,
Can I float you an idea?
I'm gonna
Kill me.
It's crazy though, because I see people, especially on Twitter, that like, use AI to answer all their questions for them, and I feel like Google is better. Like, try not to read the AI prompts. It's like I've done it before too, and sometimes they're like super unreliable and just give you wrong information.
No, I'm a gentleman physically.
So you got to be like a little bit careful,
Can I float an idea?
What?
especially on news topics. It's one thing of like, oh hey, how do I fucking change a tire? I feel like that works out, but
Could Hammer Media pay for a Chat GPT subscription so Noah could end his?
did you seriously just ask Caleb Hammer to pay for your fucking AI subscription? You fucking gooner. That's entitlement. That's entitlement. That's a little crazy to ask if he could pay for your Chat GPT. And it's also kind of a stupid play to tell people that you use AI to help your job, because then they're going to be like, well, why don't you just do it yourself? I'm not saying don't use it, but why would you admit that you use that?
Show me value in it.
You can. Okay. Can I?
No.
Sorry.
This is a different conversation.
That's really bold,
Okay.
He's been working, by the way, he's been working here for a week. He's already gotten a bonus. And he's already asking if they can pay for his fucking $20 a month subscription that he uses to cheat to make his job easier. Okay. Fucking idiot.
This is a work conversation that we have at the office.
Yes, it is. I want to share an idea.
Your
with
debt
Graham.
minimum monthly payments are $873. That's rough.
Does that make me hit the $4,000?
No, it doesn't. $2,940 is what you'll need to survive once you get that apartment. You should look, even if it's not glamorous. Imagine just for even if you do a studio for like $900 for a year. For a year. Where?
I genuinely I want to make a video where we look for this because I am.
That's fine.
I feel like that's gonna be hard to find.
It's not. I've looked.
You want to make a video where you look for it? That's so weird. You want to make it content for Caleb Hammer where you look for a job, look for a house or an apartment? Is that just? There's so many weird entitlements. He's just so he's so strangely entitled. He over asks for so many things, but then he'll self-chastise when he talks about how his dad gave him a car. And it's like, why in one instance you overly chastise yourself when you get help from your parents, but then when you fucking ask for things that you shouldn't be, you're just totally confident and your self-awareness is dead.
Okay. I've looked multiple times on the show for people.
Hell yeah.
Is it going to be the most pleasant thing? But no, that's why I'm saying just for a year while you take care of the debt.
Absolutely.
So what? I'm going to say you're probably bringing it. No, we're going to, I think you're going to do 100. Let's say you do 75. Just be conservative. Okay, 6,250, but taxes, call it what, 5,000?
I would do times 7.5. Times 0.75. And that'll.
Ooh, I was close, but a little under.
Yeah, 47. Just round it to 47.
Man, taxes.
Can we do a video where
I don't think he would pay 25% of his income to federal taxes at $50,000. Well, $50,000 a year. That's a little. It's a little excessive. So I think my effective tax rate with my wife was let's say 23%, and we did pretty well for ourselves. And that's not including New York State tax, but I think your first, you get a $15,000. Pretty sure that the way the tax works is now, and even then, was that you have right off the bat you get $15,000 non taxable. Your first 15 isn't even taxable. It's fucking weird. So I just feel like you wouldn't pay very much. But
you show me how to do that?
There's a lot of videos
properly. Sorry.
And that's on the very conservative side, because you'll probably be in a 22% bracket, realistically.
Okay.
So this is conservative.
You have an extra $1,760 left on a monthly basis.
Cool.
Cool.
Can I throw it at debt? Why do I have that wiggle room?
You have $1,000. No, you have $1,000 saved up now after your bonus, right?
Yeah, I think.
You know what? All
he thinks. What the hell is he doing?
of that has to go to the Discover card.
Right.
All of it, right? Because that's
And
No,
I'm
1 month emergency fund. Usually I do a 1 month emergency.
And I'm still
No,
not going to
because that's
make
going
it.
to cost them a month.
Yeah, they will. You're right.
So it's so you can't.
It has to.
it's got to be the credit card.
And I'm still not going to make it. I have a question.
You might make it.
No.
You don't worry. You can just ask your parents for money. Clearly, you're comfortable doing that.
Because the part of the
bonuses.
Discover card you have to pay off was like $4,000. It wasn't the total balance. The rest of it kicked in a year from now.
The $4,000, if I
It's $4,300.
$4,300, if I part of that, if I only have $1,000 at that 30 days, is it
No,
charged
I think it's
on
the whole amount.
It's charged on the
right?
whole amount. See, that blows out. Don't get credit cards, guys.
I mean, a credit card's fine to have. Don't spend it like an asshole. That's really the question. It's really what you need to not do.
They're good with them.
I would see if I would find a way, because this is not going to be enough. I find a way. You need an extra $1,000.
Well, I think he's gonna get it. I was being more conservative with the pay. I think he's
You
going
know what? For
to get it.
taxes, you could postpone. You don't have to pay those necessarily over the next 2 months. Pay off the card first.
Well, that's true. You don't have to immediately pay your taxes. You could. Can you fucking jump up? What the fuck's wrong with you?
And then save up afterwards.
You don't have to like. It's like it's a quarterly thing, so you don't have to pay them right off the bat. Well, okay. Now I'm a little confused. How does the employment structure for Caleb work? I'm a little confused. Are they employees or okay, incredible. Are these employees? They pay. Are they responsible for their own tax payments? I'm so confused. Maybe I just misinterpreted what Graham is saying.
For those taxes.
True. Worth 30%.
Yeah, I'm down.
I would absolutely do that.
I
So
have,
I
that'll
mean, either way, it's fine. I just wonder what it is.
bridge the gap, actually.
So we call that 2 months. Then you're taking care of that, and we're basically back to $0. Okay. From there, I say we get a 1 month emergency fund over the course. Well, actually, we get to kill. I wonder what the minimum monthly payment portion of the 4,300 is.
But then he's got the other one coming up in a year from now.
A year
right?
from now.
Yeah. But I guess you could
But
wait.
I think your minimum.
Ostrich that one.
what?
Yeah.
Who am I talking
You've been
to?
teaching me these terms. I think you'll do well over the next year. So I think, on something like that, as long as it doesn't grow, you'll find a way to pay it off.
242, I think, is going to be your new minimum monthly payment for Discover. So let's subtract that from your 2,940 you need to survive on a monthly basis. Oh wait, fuck.
Can we make the budget so that I pay it off before that 8 months is up?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Because that's the next thing you're going to attack. Let's see.
Because I don't want to pay a lot of interest at 8 months from now. Like I want to make a
Don't
really
you?
cool video in 8 months when this card's paid
A
off. and
lot
it's
of
like,
videos.
I'm sorry, let's not make any videos. This is a video company that doesn't make any videos, and we're gonna turn to text-based stuff. Caleb's gonna write a blog, and everybody's gonna read it.
We're a commercial kitchen now.
Yes.
$1,910 is your new leftover. I'd rather him put that at least away for a month, 1 month, in case anything happens. What if he sucks at his job and I have to fire him?
True.
Yeah, kind of true. That is kind of true.
I don't think you will. I would have made that risk to hire you, to be very clear.
Dude.
But let's talk real world.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't
Be
work
as
out.
real with me as possible. If I know you in the morning, let me know. I will stop annoying you in the morning.
I was making a joke, you little.
No, but like even little things like that, let me know because again, this is my dream and I want to make this
All right,
work.
relax.
And I will do anything to make this work. So please inform me how to do that.
Yeah, he definitely is just telling Caleb like his ideas for what he wants to do. Oh, maybe we can make this into a blog. Like, why? What is with you and fucking blogs?
Joke. Okay.
You'll be okay.
Okay.
Hoi. Where are we? So your March. You finished March, and you have this set aside. Okay, wonderful. So at that point we have 11 months. 11 months to pay off the remaining 5,577. So I think, well, this is accruing interest with what's left. There's no reason not to pay this off in a month. Pay off the Bank of America, because that's accruing interest right now.
Yeah.
Cool, that's done. And then the remaining 5,577, we divide that. You get a little more towards your monthly payments. 1960. You pay that off in 3 months. 3 months. 3 months and your credit card debt free.
It's very fortunate, man. I feel like a lot of people are not in that same situation. It's always the people who just like are so bad with money that make the most money. I feel like it's fucking crazy. I don't know.
Bad.
I mean, I could be better with my money. I just don't have any debt right now, but I still could be a little better with my money, but still, man.
It's not bad at all. Compared to what most people go
What up, Pete?
through on the show, most people you're going to talk
A
to.
year or two.
Yeah, compared to most Americans.
3 months, nothing.
I'm sorry, 3 months from today.
3 months from the end of that point, it's about 6 months from now.
Right.
6 to 7 months from now, I think.
Right.
6 to 7 months. Now, what I would do from there, before paying, personally, you can give your own thoughts on this. Personally, before paying off the student loans, I'm getting a 6-month emergency fund, which at that point would come out to about.
Can I ask a question?
No.
Okay.
When does like Roth come into that? Like, would you do, like, would you go 6 months?
We will get there. Okay.
When can I start doing call options?
That's actually so true. Like, imagine you lost out onto this fucking guy who was acting like such a pussy the entire time he was working there.
I don't even know what
When do I
that
start
is.
buying rental real estate?
Yo, I would love to. Please train me,
At what
sensei.
point can I buy a shopping center?
Oh my god.
That'd be cool.
Private jet.
PJ, the hammer jet.
Did you watch Succession?
No,
Oh, never mind.
is it political?
No, this is the first time I ever that they always call their private jets PJs. So
Oh,
I was
really?
just like, I've never
That's
heard
a
that
common
before.
term, though.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
Very common term.
Oh, I thought it
I've never heard that before in my life. So
was hilarious in that show. Okay, $2,200 I think is what
it's silly that that's what resonated with Caleb. The fact they call him PJs. That's funny. I like that. It's cute.
you need to survive on a monthly basis at that time. So we times that by
Hey,
6.
pussy.
Plus you already have $2,000 in savings. So you need to have an additional $11,200. And at that time, you have a leftover $2,300 on a
Kill
monthly
my horse.
basis. So it takes an additional 5 months. So this is a year and you're bad debt free and have a fully funded emergency fund. What are our thoughts on
That's
this?
really good.
It's really good.
You could do 1 year.
Oh, I
It
can
goes
do.
so quickly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you don't even need to spend
Really?
money on
Just
food.
by the end of this year. Actually, when you because it's really
it's
like
January.
11 months and stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So by this time next year, or
Yep.
by December 31st, this year,
you get free
Or you could be fired by the end of this. That's another thing you could be. You could be fucking fired. It's incredible.
lunches here. You get free snacks. You don't even need to
Free
go.
lunches?
Yeah, I knew he was gonna freak out about that. This man buys us lunch every day. Isn't that amazing?
wow,
Well, you know, happy stomachs make money. Or something.
wow,
Some philosophy of some kind.
I should have stayed for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got the flight that left a little earlier.
We got the
unfortunately.
nasty
Fucking my
bull
horse.
that he likes.
Okay, it's
I
called.
love-
It's Honest Mary's. I don't know if we
I
picked
actually
up that
really
one.
liked it. The poke
Thank
was
you
really good. It was
so
light.
much. This man
Yeah.
confronted me. He goes, "Next time you pick a restaurant, pick something with flavor." That's
No,
what he
I thought it was really good. I was shocked at how cheap it was.
Yeah.
My poke bowl was like, I think the standard was like $12. Like you don't realize
It's
like
like $12.
This guy, I'm a little confused. I'm gonna be honest with you. Why? Okay, so far we've gone through how many different like random ass restaurants have we talked about so far? This guy just moved in like a week ago. He just got here like a week ago. No. So how the fuck are there so many? Like, how does he already have so many like ideas for fucking restaurants? Like, how did he even have a recommendation for a place? That's a little strange to me. You know? Like he just moved here and he's already making recommendations for what the fuck where they're gonna eat at. That seems a little strange to me.
what?
Was it worth $12? The taste
Yes.
with the flavor?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Yeah.
I thought
Now,
it was
mine in
amazing.
Vegas are loaded with like way more fish, but they're 18.
Does it make you concerned eating fish in Las Vegas where there's a
Okay,
water
okay,
for a long
okay, okay,
a
okay.
lot of places?
First of all, we can
People are gonna
transfer.
be-
We can transport.
This is funny because I guess Caleb was tired of the small talk. He just wants to get through the episode. These are probably conversations that they could have after. Although I will say, you know, the vibe isn't that bad. So Caleb could like let it go on. He's probably just wants to move on, you know, get out of the work zone because there's probably a lot to do, you know.
things very quickly in this country. It's easy.
Okay.
They're 4 hours from the ocean.
Are they
Yes, chat GPT about it. True.
frozen? Oh, is it?
Yeah, he is eating out every day. That's true. And experimenting with shit. I would never do that, dude. I'm fucking fine. One place to eat would be an Asian buffet, and I go there every fucking day. That's all I would do if I was doing something like that. It's been such a long time since I've fucking had an Asian buffet, dude. I try not to go too crazy. Fuck. Now I want it, but that's probably not a good idea because my wife and I are going to Pennsylvania next week, and we're going to go to Shady Maple.
Sick. Awesome.
It is.
We're closer to the ocean here, but it's not that even. It's not even that. They're not even that much further. They're just in the desert.
They could send people to space.
Okay.
So yes, they could send. Now, you're gonna wonder about this. So the truth is, the casinos go and buy fish directly from Japan,
Interesting.
and because they buy such large quantities,
Where does this go?
Smaller outlets are able to get fish shipped directly from Japan. So in a way, the fish is fresher in Las Vegas than it can be in Los Angeles.
This sounds like some girl math for your fish there.
I did a whole sushi video. And
Really?
it taught me about where the fish comes from.
He did, and it got
so-
about 50,000 views.
Imagine I take
Why
this.
why is he freaking out? Like, why is he laughing so hard?
Just start a
What the fuck is happening? What? Why,
fight right here. Just take the whole
his laughing is distracting me. Why is he giggling like that?
table. Imagine I take this and just start a
I fucking hate this guy so much. Why is he giggling like that? It's pissing me off.
fight right here. Just take the whole table.
That's
Get up
awesome.
and leave.
Oh, okay.
I was hoping.
Okay.
No more talking
From
now.
there, I would just
on this podcast.
until you're about 59 and a half, really, I'd
But it's
just
just
be
dying.
trying to throw 20% on a
On
monthly
purpose.
basis into various tax advantage retirement accounts, whether through a workplace or self-employment or through Roth IRA, you know, whatever situation you're in, doing about 20% till you retire. You can spend, if you're still in Austin, you can easily get, especially in your income, 50% or less on your needs. So I'd do 50, 30, 20. As always, classic 50% on needs, 30% on wants. So congratulations. In a year, you get to have good wants. I would do minimum monthly payments on the student loans, especially since you're already in an aggressive payoff. It looks like your
Oh yeah, I forgot. His hands are still taped to the desk.
student loans are probably going to be paid off instead of the traditional 10 years, maybe closer to 6 to 7. So you're already making extra progress on it that you really don't need to, as far as I know, unless I'm missing something, which is always possible. Trust me, they'll let me know. But yeah, I'm 50, 30, 20, and you're retiring. You're having a good time. You're having a good life, making content, having fun, eating free lunch. Woo!
I feel like Graham's
Cool.
going to disagree because he disagrees.
I'm listening to this. It's 1 year, just laying low.
What about the student loans? Would you say pay those off before the 6-year, 7-year timeline or not?
I mean, if you have the extra money, sure.
if I would? 4%?
And his retirement's at $4,000 at 27.
I would rather over 4% interest. I'd probably skew towards retirement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys,
You're
thank
already-
you.
Oh, I guess that makes more money because you'll make more money. That makes more sense because you'll make more money saving in your retirement now than you would by like paying off your shit early because of the like whatever the percentage.
You're already putting extra towards the student loans. That makes a difference as well. So
Gotcha.
it's not like you're not doing anything extra.
Thank you so much. I feel way better. This wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I
I hate this fucking thing he's got on him.
did talk a lot. Thank you for taping my hands to the table,
We're
Brandon.
not done yet.
We're not done yet.
Whip
Hinge.
it out.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Dude,
you can
Whip it out. What the fuck?
untape your hands.
I was
Wait. Let me get a picture.
Oh.
Social media.
for the gram.
Look like
Oh, okay.
disturbed. That's how we take thumbnails.
All right. All right, let's see the hinge.
Gosh,
How would
really
you
nothing I can provide.
No, just take notes, Caleb.
Please don't break up with me and I won't have to.
All right.
Okay, can I give you the
Yeah. How would you say you are with dating?
me?
Yeah. Be honest.
Like
Yeah.
a C.
So average,
C is average to you?
right?
Well, yeah, C's like
C's get
50 out of
degrees.
100.
I think I'll get a degree. I think I won't.
You'd like pass.
I'll pass.
So does that mean you'd settle? Right?
If there are any cute girls in Austin who really want to take a broke man around and show him parks that are free,
Is this guy a broke man, do you think? I just feel like he's not broke. You know, it's so funny because I watched this video the other day, or we all watched it together actually. And this person was sitting here and they were like, oh, white people broke is when they have $3,000 in the account, blah, 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 blah. And I remember making fun of that person because they were white and annoying. But this guy is white. This guy is white person broke. Like, this motherfucker is sitting here. His dad pays for his car insurance. He makes $50,000 a year plus bonuses that'll probably either increase that by 50% or 25% by the end of the year. Like, he's going out constantly. He's not broke at all. He's just fucking stupid. And it's just it's like a title to even say that you're a fucking broke. Like, to even insinuate that this guy's broke is just insane. It's just like, what an entitlement move, no?
please let me
Well,
know.
I'm just curious, like, where your sticking point is
What do you mean?
Wait a second.
for dating. Like, because you're single, and you're on Hinge.
Yes.
And are you on any other apps?
What do you mean
She's
sticking point?
attractive.
Like, why do you feel like you're single?
Because I think
She's
right now.
attractive too. You're pulling some weight.
Thank you, sir. That was the girl I went on a
Probably
date
the
with.
A/B testing.
Which one? The second? This one?
I also pay for premium. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cancel
Okay,
it
we're
because it doesn't.
blurring
fit
it so
my
they can't see their pictures. But this is the one you want on a date with?
no. She's cute though, right?
Yeah.
why are you
I
single?
haven't seen anyone.
Why am I
not.
single? I'm single because I'm anxious about my career and I've been trying to figure out my career. And I just moved to Austin
Because you're fucking annoying and probably like difficult to be with because you're so goddamn annoying. What the hell are you talking about?
Pretty.
a week ago.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty.
I just moved to Austin a week ago.
Yeah.
I was seeing a girl. It didn't go super hot. And then now I'm here.
What's going on? This dude has 12 likes. What are you?
Okay, let me see the
I'm so confused. What does 12 likes mean?
profile. So
What are you? Why
I'm
do you have
guessing
12 likes.
What do you, is that
Is that like a lot of people like him?
too low or too many?
that's
Oh, I can't go into the castle right now. Is that why it's red? Okay, gotcha.
great.
Why is that
do you-
great?
I just apparently
Why is this grayed out? Tell me.
Do you-
was the
Can I-
biggest
okay, can
Hinge
I-
failure.
Do you have a problem dating or no?
I don't. What do you define a problem?
Not getting second dates.
He doesn't seem to have a huge problem getting the first date. I wonder if he has a problem after that.
People ghosting you.
I feel like you go out like 2 or 3 dates with this guy because he doesn't push for sex too hard, and you feel a little bad for him.
No.
If it's
Thank you. I really appreciate the rundown. 12 likes means he has 12 likes. That's fucking preposterous. Holy fuck! I never even considered that.
maybe they don't want to enter a relationship with you.
I've been having an existential crisis about my career for the past year of my life.
so that's taking precedent.
And that's
so
taking
it's hard
precedent.
to focus on anyone else.
And
when
I
you're-
don't feel responsible dating somebody when my finances look how they look.
let me
Honestly,
Want to have a employer conversation real quick?
sure.
Are you banging or just going on dates or trying to get relationships?
Right. I mean, my life that's changed because for a month I was like,
I know it's another interruption, but you can get $5,000.
Oh shit! I feel like we haven't gotten any interruptions in a while. Like I feel like we got more. I feel like we got like 10 of them in the beginning of the episode, and then we haven't gotten any interruptions in a while, right? I feel like we haven't gotten any fucking interruptions in forever.
By listening to the end of this. Right now, if you transfer your portfolio to Mumu, which I personally use for my individual
Yeah, you banging or slanging, baby?
stock picks, you can get up to $5,000. It's literally free money and an amazing investment platform, and it's what I personally use. So check it out in the description below. I highly recommend it.
I need to move to Austin and
Caleb, you needed a lot more ads in this video, okay?
relocate my entire life, right? So like,
Buddy, it's banging or trying to get relationships.
why does it have to be either?
Because those are the ones I asked, and then
Yeah,
you
but
tried to tell a story.
Do you think that that's a false binary that you're
I
inventing?
don't know. Which one do you relate to?
I think that like if I meet the right person, like but I also think that like
Question was
This
a
guy's asexual, aka gay sexual.
failure.
All right.
no, I think that if you think like in a binary of like, am I trying to meet my soulmate or am I out here trying to bang?
Bro, are you trying to fuck or are you trying to like date and see where things go? It's really not that fucking deep, bud.
Like that's like a stupid false dichotomy.
What? What is wrong with this guy? This guy's annoying as fuck.
All right.
I know, and I gave you an answer.
It's not a false dichotomy. It's like, hey, are you interested in pursuing relationships for sex or to see, or potentially for like more than just that? It's really not that fucking difficult. I don't understand why he's overcomplicating this.
Tell you,
Sir?
I'm looking at your profile right now. Your
Yes,
main
sir.
picture is fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
I look
think,
younger.
I think it's a great photo, and I think with the camera, it invites people.
Caleb's getting a lesson here. I fucking love this. This is incredible. I love that face.
I look
think,
younger.
I think it's a great photo, and I think with the camera,
Look at
it
this.
invites
I love this face from Caleb. This is my favorite thing in the world.
Much.
fantastic.
I look
think,
younger.
I think it's a great photo, and I think with the camera, it invites people
No.
to question what do you do.
No, dude, this is fucking incredible. This is like this is the greatest thing ever.
Photographer. What
No,
sort of
you're
photos do you
ugly
take?
in that picture. You look so much better with your beard. You are a
It
hand-
does-
You're ugly in that picture. I love that, dude. You're ugly in that picture is just so funny, Caleb. Caleb is fucking pissed that this guy gets more fucking. Caleb's pissed because this guy gets more fucking play than him. All right, even though he's annoying as shit. That's what Caleb's thinking in his head.
does
a
look
man.
like you've lost a little weight now.
No,
I have lost
No,
about
you're
40
a
pounds
handsome
since
man.
last
This
year.
picture?
Something was going wrong there.
I think it's a great picture.
I'm kidding.
I also think your profile is really good. I'm weirdly attracted to people who can make really good banana bread. That's hot AF. It's funny. I think
Thank
that's,
you.
I think that's great. You know English and German?
Ja, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch, aber es ist sehr schlecht.
Dude,
Deutsch.
any women are just okay. So
Women hate.
Women love that, especially Jewish women. It just brings them back to a moment. You know what I mean? It's like some moment of hot fire, passion. You know?
Hate German. It's not sexy. It's terrifying.
All right, that's great. All right, I like. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Look, Caleb, his next photo with friends. That's what you need. It's always got to be the second photo. It's not obnoxious, and you're actually doing something fun.
We're hiking.
So this doesn't seem like a staged thing.
I have worked so hard on this, and I appreciate this so much. This is literally my dream come to life.
No, this is it. Okay, the next photo.
Can I smell your arm?
Why? The smell?
Can I smell your arm? The fuck?
No, your laundry detergent smells good.
Oh God, you scared me for a second. I thought like, did I not put on deodorant?
Yeah, you've been
today?
reeking up the studio.
Your next photo is fantastic because it
fuck
shows
this.
off enough that you're in shape without being obnoxious.
Very patriotic.
I'm looking for
too.
an Austin tour guide moving
I love Caleb. Caleb loves America. We love America too. Mostly, you know.
here at the start of the new year. Fantastic.
I'm here. I thought I was your friend.
Oh,
What?
dude, you with is this your mom?
That's my grandma.
She also have.
Damn, is she fucking hot? Oh, okay. Wow, she's nice looking. I don't know. I asked if it was his mom. I figured she was like younger. I don't know.
a crush on Jack?
She probably does if she knew who Jack was.
This photo of you laughing, the candid photo, it shows that you can let loose and have a great time. You with a friend, you're not to be taken too seriously. I
Thank
think
you.
Why are
to
you
me,
so nice to him?
this is one of the best.
Caleb's so upset because he's struggling to fucking. This is actually very funny.
profiles I've seen.
Oh, what is all this?
Yeah, my simple pleasures: game night with friends, killing stand-up sets,
Ooh,
skating,
there's a lot of those here.
the Beltline, amusement parks, shooting the hooch. I don't know.
See, this is one of the problems when like a guy has a really good dating profile. You know that he's going to be a very feminine man, because masculine men, they hold fish and they just they take terrible pictures. And so, like, if you're a woman that's really into like more feminine guys, like more sensitive dudes, that's great for you. You'll find a guy with a great thing. But if you're a woman who likes a more traditional man, you know, without maybe the beating part, because that's probably not ideal. But you know, maybe you like that. I don't fucking. You got to find a guy with a shit ass profile, and then that's just an extra struggle for you. 'Cause then you got to settle for some asshole who has a shit ass fucking profile, you know.
Hooches.
That was an Atlanta thing that probably needs to be updated.
Yeah, making videos, drunk karaoke, back in
love making videos. I'm so artistic.
bicep day. That was
Yeah, it's
that's the one
broy.
I probably get
Yeah,
rid
nix
of.
that one.
Late night movies with the pop. This is a fantastic. I would rate this profile
With a pop or with your dad? With the pop.
honestly almost a 10 out of 10.
What is a feminine man? This guy, Noah.
Yeah, if here's the, I hate to say it, if you changed your height from 5'8" to 6'2", you'd be getting 10 times the matches.
Can I tell you why
Well, is he 6'2", or maybe that's not a good idea? You know?
I don't do that? Can I tell you why I don't do that? Can I tell you why I don't do that?
why?
It's the same reason. It's inbound sales, right? I don't want disqualified
Yeah, you're
leads.
right.
You know, I want people who actually want to like be with somebody who's 5'8" and who's fun.
Media company, you know the
Here's
name
the thing,
of our
I
company.
don't think it would matter once they go through this and get
Listen, you shouldn't really be advocating for people to lie about their height. That seems like a stupid fucking idea, no? Yeah, let me just lie about my height. That seems like a little bit of a cringe idea.
to talk to you. Like a lot of women, just because they have so many matches, will automatically say, "Oh, I only want more than 6 foot." Doesn't mean they wouldn't date somebody, but if you have 1,000
I don't know. I feel like I understand what he's saying, but it may not be a good play to start off with a lie right off the bat, you know?
matches, you have to find some disqualifier.
You're
So
disqualified for not putting the name of Hammer Media as your workplace.
But like you're famous, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, he works for somebody famous."
All right, get yourself in the door, boy.
I don't think that
Messages.
matters.
What
Yeah,
about
let's- I bet your messages are great.
I hope so.
Let me see.
Hey, baby.
Some of them are a little cringy.
this one just started.
They probably should be a little cringy, frankly. Like, that's kind of like the whole point, no? Be a little cringe.
So what is this? Okay. So okay, so this lady took a photo in front of a tombstone that says boner. Yo, this makes me
Boner?
want to make my headstone absolutely unhinged. That's funny. I think
Thank
that's
you.
great. LOL, I think his name was actually Boner, which is so unfortunate and hilarious. Great response. I'm sure, but still, I think the headstone like that is the ultimate final punchline. Fantastic.
I'm glad
what
he's
bougie
dead.
stuff you buying for this dog.
She
got more
says,
questions?
"Oh, I spend tons of money on my dog."
This is fantastic. And then you just don't respond to her afterwards. But
Yeah.
she messaged you 2 days ago, dude.
Because I've been working here for 14 hours a day.
This is fantastic. fantastic.
It's been 4 days.
I know. And they've been a wonderful 4 days. Dream job. Happy to do it.
Well, he was the one who said he wanted to work that much. But before, he's like, can I work that much? Now he's making it seem like... What the fuck? This guy's annoying as shit.
Setting up the studio.
Absolutely. It's been a long time.
Dude, your messages are killer.
This is the best day of my life. And it was the worst
Sarah
day as before.
Says, I bet you can't. No, you won't. And you said probably true. It's a bit of self-deprecating humor, but it's you conveying, I don't take myself too seriously. I'm not emotionally invested in this person who I don't even know.
By the way, this was the traumatic part of his job here. Okay.
She just responds back with kind of a frowny face. That is the hardest message to respond to. It said, again, it's you conveying, I don't take myself too seriously. I'm not
I don't think he was saying he has a 4-day work week. I think he was just saying that he just only been working for 4 days.
Emotionally invested in this person who I don't even know. She just responds back with kind of a frowny face. That is the hardest message to respond to. It said, I like your kitties and Miss Frizzle Hair. And she responds with a
Frizzle hair on the kitty.
What?
Caleb, you're gooning too much.
No, her Miss Frizzle Hair. She looks like Miss Frizzle in her
I
photograph.
was making a very
The science
Wow.
teacher.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're like a real guy because you're horny all the time. Not a real guy, like a more masculine. You're just horny all the time, and so you're saying too many horny things, and that's the first thing that you think of. That gets you in trouble. You know what I mean?
And then she texts you at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Hello.
She's cool. She's kind of artsy, right?
She's probably horny too, dude. She's probably looking for some penis. Some penis in her vagina and is her hairy Miss Frizzle.
The one you went on a date with?
No.
Dude, and then she gives you her number when you don't respond. You didn't respond, and she's just like, here's my number. Text me.
I'm going pee.
Wasted fucking wasting that energy on him. You know what I mean?
You have... What? Twice in a row, Caleb. Twice in a row. We need Jack. You got to teach Jack how to do this.
You know what the key is?
My God.
The key is to, this sounds like a misogynistic thing, but someone to me said, talk to women. Men know how to flirt with their male friends, but yet they don't know how to flirt with women. And that clicked for me. It's like, oh, sick.
That's gay. I don't know if flirt with your I think that's, I mean, maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know, man.
These are literally my male friends from back home, and I just have to like they're my boys. And then suddenly there's rapport instantly built, and like it becomes a lot easier. So I don't know. That's the
what I think it is? It's a combination of you very casual, not being not supplicating to like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. How's your day, gorgeous? It's just like a big fan of Jolene. Also the beach house ski bum conundrum is
I usually start with what's your social security number.
So real. And she's asking you questions. She's leading this thing. It's just like wanting to talk more. And you're giving it, but then she gives you her number. Everyone is giving you the number. I think you got a killer profile. And when you send that in combination with like a nice, normal, friendly message, it's a killer combo. You don't have any issues here.
I like
Thank
that.
you so much.
Yeah. No,
genuinely,
dude,
thank you so much.
Yeah, I came in here to host and like roast you and like,
this is after many years of like falling on my face and sending really cringy.
you do really well on YouTube.
What the hell?
You teaching guys what you're doing.
What?
You teaching guys.
Yeah. Todd V
what
Dating.
you're doing.
Watched a lot of Todd V Dating. Used to watch Owen.
Yeah?
Some of the hardcore guys will know who Owen is, and he's a scumbag, man. Some of these, I don't know. I don't like online dating advice. I think it's real scummy.
So, but you could change that. You approach this with a very natural attitude.
Who the fuck is the
And
enemy?
I think it's just common sense stuff the guy should be learning that's not demeaning towards women. It doesn't treat them like objects. It treats them like people. It's very respectful. All your messages, I think most
Sounds kind of cringe.
women, if they get a message that you send, would be happy. Make them feel better about their day.
I wasn't disrespectful. All I did was a British accent.
Oh, what is it? It's
I'm Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
The fuck?
Why was that not a
I thought-
absolute hitter?
To be fair, I thought that was hilarious, but it was really funny. This is my Morgan Freeman impression.
Morgan Freeman.
Here's another key when you're building a dating profile is you don't build it in isolation. You build it with other people. You show it to your friends, and then you have them roast you just like you roasted
People are
them.
too embarrassed to
I guess. Okay. I guess. Good. Here you go, guys. Take this advice. From Noah Media or whatever. Noah Media.
do that though.
I know.
Because you're like, oh, it's only dating profile. But imagine if you're that like self-conscious, you're dating. Like what strangers are saying about this, and you're not going to show your friends who know you.
Is anyone watching this anymore? Let's find out.
I want to see the retention at this point. If you're actually watching this and you enjoy it, comment down below. So Caleb could get a good idea. And maybe if you had a spin-off like Dating and Money show.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm the person for that.
No.
Dating Money.
Noah's
Dating
the
Money's
person.
a series. We did 2 episodes.
Noah's
Did
the
okay.
Hinge audit.
Yeah.
Hinge audit's fun.
Let's get Graham
Dude.
a Hammer Financial Score. Can we borrow
Dating
my
profile audit.
laptop?
What?
You would do great
Get
at
it pulled
this.
up.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was one of the best profiles I think I've ever seen.
I am going. My
Honestly.
head has grown. You know like how the Grinch kind of. The Best Buy purchases were Christmas gifts, and I'm embarrassed by them. Sorry, that was a tangent. I just remembered that. Never mind.
You know what? Go through Jack's profile.
right now?
If we can.
Yeah.
Are we talking to him after?
Maybe.
Hammer Financial Score. Here's
you want me to
Graham's
do it?
Hammer Financial Score.
Is this anonymous?
It is. Well, you can put in your email.
No.
This was mind-blowingly incredible. This is the coolest thing ever.
Fuck. Where the fuck was he?
I thought I was gonna cry.
Why? We're nice. I'm nice. Graham's nice. He's a little nicer than me. I'm kind of a grumpy boy, but
Yeah, but I'm at like a 1. You don't even have to run the numbers. I ran the numbers. I'm at a 1. I know it.
well, yeah, no, you're not doing well, but you have a chance to turn around in less than a year. Come on, that's sick. That's sick. People dream of that. Dream of that. Jack, are we going to record with you, or should we do something right now?
What do you want to do?
I think Graham wants to look through your dating profile.
Oh, dude.
Jack, you don't even
You know
need to
what?
try on online dating.
Noah has the best dating profile I've ever seen. Every woman is throwing their number at him. They're the ones asking him questions when he doesn't respond.
Why the fuck is my horse running over there?
When he doesn't reply, they give their number. It's unbelievable. I swear.
But it's probably because he's famous, baby.
It's through here. You can look.
I
He's
swear.
the type of man I'll never be.
That's such a load of shit. You're fucking beautiful. My mom loves you.
Oh my god, I hate this guy so much. He's so cringe.
My mother loves you, Jack.
His mom likes
His
you.
mom. Wait.
mothers do
Don't
like me.
get this on camera. Because my reaction to this was unbelievable.
All right.
Oh, trust me, this is all rolling.
You need to understand that this has come from like testing and like
Thanks.
Let Graham focus on his quiz.
it's come from
We're gonna get
testing.
Jack to take this as well.
It's come from testing and feedback and like
You split test this?
I did pairwise match.
Wait, get in there. Get in there.
I did pairwise match surveying of 50 photos of myself to find the best ones. But my conclusion at the end of that was that like I thought that was very like a little way to attract people, right? I think instead it's like you know, that's such a very safe way. I need the data to support if I'm cool or not, right? How lame is that? Like, what do you think is good? Use your intuition to build a dating profile that you think is
Wow,
fun. and-
Graham's Hammer Financial Score is 9 out of 10.
What's crazy is that I get on debt 8.57.
Oh, you're doing
Yeah.
finance.
Debt.
That's great. That's a
Real
great
estate
score.
8.5.
That's great. That's incredible.
Really? I feel like
Yeah.
the debt is.
If you think 5 is average, 5 is like okay.
Yeah.
8.5 is insane.
Cool.
Oh.
Take a look at his profile first
Okay.
and give me your impressions of it. I went through it. Everything is amazing.
It does look like you'd have a really good jawline. A really good jawline in that photo.
But it
So
looks better with a beard.
people who can make
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Maybe they gassed this guy up too much. Maybe that was the issue. They made him feel too good about himself on his first day, you know, like or his 4th day at work. And so he came in here feeling invincible. Does that make sense?
really good banana bread. That's hot AF. I mean, you're not.
Tested well.
It tested. So that's the.
But look at the next photos with friends.
Hold on a second. 27, 5'8", don't have children, want children, vaccinated dog. Yeah. Producer, media company. That's good. English, German.
It's 2 languages.
Wow. So you know your arm is looking pretty pumped in this photo, right?
No,
you,
that's
you,
not the pump photo. The pump photo's down. Next one.
Dude, I thought it was underwater.
There you go. There's the pump photo. That's the
Yeah.
friend's photo.
Yeah.
What do you think
Yeah.
about this profile is doing so well? What does that convey?
It's this
What's the strategy for this? It's actually unbearably fucking stupid mission.
smile. It's honestly, it's mesmerizing.
Because he has a good smile.
I look into his pearly whites and I just feel like I'm losing myself. Do you feel the same, Caleb?
I hate this.
Am I supposed to not be supportive of this? Is it?
Well, why is that so good?
Well, I just think he's got. Look at that! It's genuine. He's smiling with his whole face. It's not just his
Yeah,
teeth. It's his
see?
nose. It's his eyes. It's his everything. See that?
I love that. But who is he with?
Is that your girlfriend?
That's my grandmother.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my old.
Okay. Is that the same photo they looked at before?
sorry about that. That was bad. Yeah. Geez. Okay, so this is like, I mean, you're basically writing an entire novel
No,
film
I agree.
right here.
It's too long. And I'm going to take out the bro-y stuff and listen to Graham.
Okay. Yeah, looks good. You do look like a guy that's very meticulous about his profile. Whether or not that's a good thing, I mean, I'm clearly not the one to judge.
To me, he's hit every marker. Old person, friends.
Do you have a dog?
I do have a dog, but the dog. I
mentioned
felt like
the
the
dog.
dog picture is manipulative, so
It
I
is.
actually purposefully
How is a dog picture manipulative? What?
intentionally didn't put the dog picture.
The dog.
I don't understand. Why is that manipulative?
No, because everybody does the
It's a
dog.
cliche.
Well, that's different than it being fucking manipulative.
Every
It's
dude
because
does
I
the
like
dog.
my dog.
No,
I had the
you don't
dog
lead
picture
a
in for a
dog.
while, and I thought, you know what? Am I doing this for a match grab? You know?
Yeah, it's intention.
Yeah. And people don't.
You're
like
not
to be
doing it
manipulated,
because it's organic. You're doing it because you know, oh, they're gonna like dog.
which is actually more manipulative
doing
because
an
it's
audit if you were not?
self-awareness.
Yes.
It's up manipulation.
It's
Do you-
entirely up to you.
It's up to you two.
I'm good with it if you are.
Yes.
It's up to you.
I would do it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's do it.
Video ended. Thank
Well,
you guys.
that's okay. I just wanted to see if he should take a hammer financial score. Do you have any final
the
thoughts?
messages? Oh, you should review
It's
Jack's.
just really. I feel like this is.
We'll save that for his. We'll save that
I
for
would
his.
love to.
Give us your final thoughts.
This is my dream job. Thank you so much for doing this audit. I will literally take all of your advice, follow it to a T, implement it literally with you, watching me doing every single step, and we can do a little case study about if your advice is actually real or if it's like a big load of shit or just like tricking people.
Well, it's usually just basic math, but yeah, sure. It's
Sure, that seems like a little bit of a weird thing to say to your boss. Yeah, we'll do a case study to see if it actually helps.
awesome working with you. Welcome to the team.
Thank you so much for a job.
Congrats, man.
You're my hero. Thank you so much.
Okay.
No, you are too.
What if I offered you a job and I'm like, you got to leave Caleb right now?
I'd probably say no.
Whoa,
Oh, by the
probably.
way, we already took the quiz, the same quiz that Graham took, and he's a Hammer Financial Score 1 out of 10. Make sure to check out everything in the description, including the best budgeting program ever made.
Did he actually get a 1 out of 10, or is he saying that because he's pissed off at his fucking... He got so high on the dating score.
Thanks to all of our Patreon producers for making this episode possible.
Okay, I can't
if you
block
want to
while I'm standing
participate
on
in
the
an
fucking
episode
thing.
of Financial Audit and you're able to make it to Austin, Texas, please fill out an application in the survey linked in the description below. You can also send a link to your friend.
All right. Well, that was an interesting episode. That's all we'll say. That was certainly something.